Welcome to Nerds Before Birds. Each week on the show, we take a look at a film and attempt to answer the question, does it soar like an eagle or simply flip the bird?
Welcome back!
It's almost on par with the actual Rotten Tomatoes Metacritic scores.
I've never seen a sonogram roll its eyes before, but it did.
I'll do my best to tell these two losers what happened.
Well, if you're still here, we do know things, don't worry.
If any movie is below 6 on IMDb, then it's probably not worth watching.
I always have what I want to say in my head. It's like, oh yeah, that's the perfect way to word it. It's not.
Hi, I'm Paul.
Hi, I'm Dean.
And I'm Jason. Welcome to Nerds Before Birds, the podcast where you'll find reviews, rankings, and general discussion on all things pop culture. You may have noticed something slightly different on the beginning of this episode as we have a new opener.
Oh.
Because we are celebrating our 100th episode.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, 100 episodes of this filth.
We can now legally drink in Nova Scotia.
Apparently we can, yeah. I didn't know that was a thing. Okay.
It means we're an official podcast now. Yeah.
Yeah, we're an official podcast now. So we're going to celebrate our 100th episode, and we thought the best way to celebrate that would be to have a look at the excellent best solo sequel of any Iron Man movie.
The worst.
Iron Man 3. That's the movie we're going to look at tonight. And
brace yourselves,
up a little bit.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. So, but before we begin, we thought to celebrate our 100th episode, because we want to make that special. That's for us and no one else, really. It's only for our own benefit.
How many podcasts can say they've hit trip dig?
There's a few out there.
Quite a few. The ones we listen to definitely have.
Definitely.
They're well past it. That's fine. Yeah. Everyone's got to start somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
That's true.
So we thought
we ended 100, so
we'd reach out to some fans and we'd ask them if they'd be kind enough to actually send in some messages. So we don't have that many fans.
Yeah,
so
that's
we
when
thought
we realized.
We'd message our mums.
Yeah. These are the people who have supported us from day one, and not just day one of the podcast, like day one of life.
Yeah, exactly.
More technically, like many days before that, but we like the ones that are like day one.
Yeah.
No one really remembers being fetal.
So,
supposed
Paul,
to be a newborn baby.
You're able to get your mum on board with this.
Oh, easily.
To record
very
something.
Easily. I've got it right here.
Oh, great.
Right.
Dean's mum didn't really respond.
Wow.
But
that's pretty much to be expected at this point. I mean,
it was nice that she at least read the message.
Yeah, it was nice.
It did come
cool.
up that it's unfortunate that she didn't actually even answer anything, and it still just says, "Mum has read this."
Yeah,
I'm still waiting for any kind of response.
Seen 2 weeks ago.
Occasionally, the three dots
I
come up.
messaged her myself, actually.
Did you, Jason?
And she actually she wrote back and said, just refer to my Facebook comments. I'm not going to be involved in this. So I was like, well, okay, fair enough. That's how it is.
Yeah.
I've
never known my mum to be that formal, but there you go.
So,
good evening, Jason.
Thank you for your email.
Dean's mum.
Yes. So your mum, Paul, has a message.
I'll call her real quick. She's got something on the docket. Okay. I'll just give her a buzz real quick.
Cool. Yep. All right.
G'day, mum. How you doing? Yes, it's me. It's Paul. Yes. Little Sullivan. Yep. How are you? I'm good. No, I'm good. I know it is tough to be the favourite child, but I'm holding there. Hey, would you mind just giving a really quick shout out to the podcast for the hundo? You would. Okay, great. Thank you. All right, here we go. I'm going to put you on speaker.
That was cool. Next time, maybe refine that script.
Congratulations on your 100th episode of your podcast.
Shut up.
I really love listening to your podcast and listening to...
She cut out there.
That's all she said.
Mum, can you say again, please?
Hi guys, congratulations on your 100th episode of your podcast. I really love listening to your podcast and listening to you all talking. I really do love Paul and his lead role that he's playing, and everything that Paul says we just find so interesting, and we just love what he says all the time. So congratulations again on the next 100 episodes, and we're really looking forward to Paul at least having a lead role in these next 100. And good luck, guys, with everything that you're doing, and we'll talk to you later, Paul. We love you. Thank you. Hooray.
Well, all right. See you, Mum. Thank you. No, I know. Favourite child. I love you too.
Thank you, Paul.
Don't ever tell my sister. Stuff her. Yeah. All right. Bye.
I feel like that.
I feel like your mum's going to be disappointed.
The camera needs to pan across just slightly and see the gun that's at her head.
I'm going to be real with you here. I forgot we were recording it.
Wow.
I forgot we were recording the screen.
So I was able to, like, I had my parents over the other day, and I thought, you know, that's a good opportunity for me to record the message that they're gonna have. So this is my mum's message for her. So I'll just play it out for us.
Mums.
Yeah, mums are great, like really good.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd catch her just a little bit off guard and film her, because I knew that, you know, spontaneity is all about, like, that's what she's all about. So we've got this one for Mum.
That's why you have so many siblings.
Can you be on the podcast? Come on, Mum. Come on, be on the podcast. Mum, just be on the podcast.
Yeah. So
what you don't see is that Jason then breaks down and cries. You never supported me.
yeah.
Paul, can I borrow your gun next time?
So I was like, okay. So it didn't work very well with Mum, but maybe Dad will be a bit better. So
Dad's always support the boys.
That'll come through.
It's Dad.
So I was like, Dad, can you record us a message? Mum wasn't really on board, so like you listen to the show and all that kind of stuff. So I'll get a message from you. So this is Dad's message.
Okay.
Jason, I'd like to congratulate you on that pod thing that you do, pop or pod or whatever it is. You and them other guys, that Peter and Don fella, on your 100th episode. I'd just like to congratulate you on it, and, you know, looking forward to seeing some more of that pod.
Yeah, so Dad's clearly a massive fan of the show.
I love him.
He knows your names, guys. Like,
Dude, the funniest thing about that is the fact that he called me Peter. When I got because our school had like different tiers.
Yeah.
In middle school, I got captain, and when they were announcing all that stuff, the principal was like really sick that day, but he was still doing it. But he called me Peter.
yeah,
Really?
well,
Yeah. So
Jason's dad was your
Jason's
principal?
dad was my principal, apparently.
I'm starting to question whether my parents actually listen to the podcast.
Hey, it's nice they listen to the pod.
Yeah.
World's first Nerds Before Birds pod.
Yeah, we are. Yep.
Yeah, he's the number one
fan.
Number one fan of the pod.
He's
And
number
look, Jason's dad. We really
He's
like
a fan.
You know, Jason, Peter, Don, all of us.
Peter and Don. Yep.
All of us at the pod, we thank you for your time.
Yep.
Wow.
That was brilliant. Is it my turn now?
Yeah, it's
Dean, yeah.
Dean,
Cool. What do you got?
Yeah, do you have
So
anything?
obviously, well, you know, mums are mums.
Yep.
Yay.
Yep.
Go on.
Apparently not.
Apparently.
I'm sure it's great. Yep. Here's one from Dad. He did one this afternoon, and
Mate, how good is
Oh,
that?
nice.
Dads are awesome.
Dads
and
are
also,
great.
I got to say, like, I didn't realize until you just played yours, but apparently there is a classic, like, it's a proven camera angle that all dads have when they record messages.
It's all vertical with so much headroom.
Yes.
Yes,
exactly.
and
And it's always got to be down and away
It's always
so
gotta
they
be
can
down.
see it without glasses.
because that is the really nice angle.
Yeah, that's what you
beautiful.
want.
Looking outside.
Like, yeah,
Thank
it's
you,
double
Dad.
chin.
Tilt.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Hi, Dean and the rest of the gang. Hey, 100 podcasts. That's an amazing milestone. May there be 100 more. And while you're at it, make sure that you do a lot more of the movies that us dags used to grow up watching. Here's one for you. Local Hero. Do that one next time. Bye for now.
Well, that's it. That's really nice. And
that was a genuine one.
that was
Wow.
a genuine
Okay.
one.
Yeah. Wow.
A really
Dean,
great.
quick
Also,
question.
Yeah.
Is your dad part of the Patreon?
If you knew
Probably
what
not.
it was, probably.
Is he not?
Look, my response to that is thank you very much for that message. If you're wondering, yes, like we do cater to the older generation. That's why we have Jason on this podcast. And
So, Jason,
we'll
what is
look at
Local
that.
Hero?
Local Hero. So
Local Hero.
that's a movie
Come on, Jace.
directed by Bill Forsyth, and
He's quick on the
it's-
Google. Look at him. Look at him. Bloody fastest hands in the east.
Yeah,
Well
it didn't
done.
take me long at all to Google that one, but I have no idea what Local Hero is.
Yeah,
I was
then you
actually
look good
thinking
at it and you're like, I did watch that when I was 3. That was great.
I was thinking that he was going to say Accidental Hero, like the Dustin Hoffman movie from like the early 90s, which Yeah, that's a good movie too, but yeah, I've never heard of Local Hero. So
there you go. Interesting.
There you go.
I do have another one.
You do?
Well, Mum,
Another parent?
after Mum negged us. Negged at me. I reached out to my siblings because they at least know what a podcast is, and anyway, let's have a listen.
Okay.
/watch, because this is a visual podcast.
Congratulations!
The first ones are always the hardest. It was so good you got that done.
They've actually done 100. That's why we're congratulating them.
I've listened to everyone, guys. It's so good.
So
proud.
good. 100's
Really
so
good.
Great. Good job, guys.
There we go. Thanks, guys.
Okay.
That was very natural.
Massive
Very
fans.
natural.
All the fans that we've got.
A lot of genuine videos from the Russell clan.
Yeah.
Wow.
Who needs mums, right?
And my mum.
Celebrating the first episode that we've recorded.
We're good.
Well,
We're good.
thank you.
Yeah, thank you to
Anyway.
all our fans. That's
We appreciate it. If you're a patron, double thank you. And if not, then we ain't looking at you, maybe.
There is another one. If
There's
there is
another
one.
one.
There's
One
another
more.
one.
Okay,
Is there
yep.
from another? Who's this relation to you?
Well, this is
brother.
my
Oh,
growing up. This was my my substitute mother for many years.
Jason.
It's me. Congratulations, Dean, on 100 episodes.
It's your mom. How are you,
this is
sweetie?
You got a little bit of something on your face.
Let me just get something off your cheek there. Oh, you smooch.
Oh, the flashbacks.
Yeah.
Flashbacks. Oh my gosh. All right, are we ready for this? Because this one's pretty good. This comes
I
in
don't know.
from
Yep.
a very awesome fan of the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Sent this through today.
Put the speaker in the
I think
mic
you guys
as
are
well.
gonna. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Just saying.
Hey,
Wait, what?
Dean, Jason,
No way.
Paul. I heard you have a 100th episode coming up on your podcast. This is Ahmed Best. I play Jar Jar in Star Wars, and I'd just like to say congratulations on your 100th episode. And may some more podcasts be with your son.
No, what?
We knew he was a fan.
Thanks,
Ahmed
substitute
Best.
mum.
No.
What a legend.
What? Oh,
See, if he
Straight from
suggested
Jar
a
Jar
movie, we'd
Binks,
do it.
the man himself.
The
yeah.
Gungan
Holy
himself.
The Gungan himself.
He's
wow.
not dead. We knew it. Episode 10, baby. Here we
Yeah.
go.
It's a solo Jar Jar movie. Here we come.
Here we come. We will support
wow.
this.
That's cool.
Special thanks to Eli Stevenson who organised that for us. And holy crap, awesome!
Wow.
Very cool. What a surprise!
That's so cool.
Very awesome.
Yeah. Cool.
All right.
All
Do we
righty
want to
then.
do a
Okay.
100th episode?
100 episodes. Okay, so
100.
100. Iron Man 3. That's what we're talking about tonight. Because
the greatest achievement of this podcast celebrated by the lowest movie in this trilogy and many
not
more.
really,
Many
not
more.
really. Okay, so if anyone's like been keeping up to date with the podcast, we've had a little
Like
bit
Ahmed.
of contentious issues with this film that keep coming up.
few.
Like just a few.
Just a few.
Oh,
There's
I've
a
got a
little
list
bit
for
of a
you.
disagreement between Paul and I about this movie.
gosh.
No, let me rephrase it. Sorry. It's a little bit of a disagreement between Jason and the internet with this movie. Sorry, is Jason in the populace?
No.
Wow.
Have
Yeah,
you looked on the internet recently?
Yes, Jason, I live here.
Yeah. Have you looked on the internet in regards to Iron Man 3?
No, because why would I search garbage? There's so much other crap to look at.
And
literal crap. There
The
is literal
comparisons
crap.
between Iron Man 3 and Iron Man 2.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think both these guys are coming in with their sources tonight.
Well, let's
oh my
go.
gosh.
So-
This is going to be a really interesting podcast for some, a really irritating one if you're stuck in the middle,
Yeah.
whoever that may be.
So,
I can't wait.
Bloody
It's gonna
Malcolm.
be-
Iron Man 3 came out in
my gosh.
2013.
I
Directed
love
by Shane Black. It currently sits
Shane Black's
at
awesome.
sorry.
7.2 on IMDb, right? Okay. Iron Man
Yep.
2 sits at a 7.0.
That's
Oh
less.
my god, no.
These are
Whatever will we do?
700,000 votes on both of these. So it's fairly
Well, there you
middle
go.
around.
Are they the same
700,000 people?
700,000
Yeah,
people.
probably.
They probably are, actually.
Yeah, I counted them. I actually surveyed them, and yeah, it's the same.
No.
So yeah, I have
Before we
700,000 people that support my thoughts on Iron Man 3 being better than Iron Man 2. But
I feel like I need to mediate this, Jason, and say that, well, it's actually technically 700,000 people that agree slightly more than you.
A little bit more.
A little bit more with you than Paul.
Yeah.
That's okay. You can have that many people being wrong. It's easy.
Is it?
Just look at America and how they vote.
Ooh.
Look at the moon landing.
That's millions. Yeah. Hey, calm down. We're fighting about one thing, Gene, okay? We're not starting that. Stop.
We all know the moon landing wasn't real. Come on,
okay,
man.
of course. It's only down to 700,000 that still believe that. So.
How can they float the moon when the earth is flat?
Yeah. Anyway, so what do you guys think
love that,
of this movie? Do you like it?
Who starts first?
You.
I don't know anymore.
What do you think of this movie?
Okay, I do love that the reason why we're doing this is because, as you said last week, we've agreed too much the last couple of weeks, last couple of months, so we need
last week, the episode that we recorded for next week.
We are
so
awarding...
Next week, in the future, I say that.
Oh my God.
We took a week off.
Wow. Time travel.
I know, it's crazy.
I do love that we are rewarding our own self-development with absolute torture for me today. This is going to be a really fun one. I can already tell.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of whispers into the mic, a lot of interesting arguments. It's going to be good. But honestly, I enjoy this movie.
Yep.
I did. It was really interesting. I kind of didn't realize or didn't remember how slow it is at the start.
Yeah.
And takes a while to get going. So for the first half hour, 45 minutes, I was like kind of agreeing with Paul on this one. This isn't as good as I remember. And then stuff starts getting fun and wacky and awesome. And I just had a ball by the end of it. I was like, I like this.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
That's cool. What about you, Paul? Where does it soar or does it flip the bird? Where does it land for you?
It's it does soar. Because it's still a good movie. I still like Iron Man. He's still my favorite hero. Yeah. This movie though sucks ass. Like it's the worst movie in this trilogy.
Just wait, back up. That sentence. You're like it soars, but it sucks ass.
Like no,
it makes sense. It does make sense, Jason.
Cranks it. Iron Man 1 is just the pinnacle. It's still a superhero movie. It's still Iron Man. It's still Robert Downey Jr. Yeah. Those three things alone will get it to 2.5. Nothing else will take it beyond that.
Okay.
Oh, so you already know your star. Your bird
wow.
rating.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now. It's
your star.
Shut up,
Dean.
It's all right.
100 episodes, mate. We've been doing this for over 2 years.
It's been a tough one to battle, but I think 101. That's where the addiction ends. That's when.
You are lucky that Zack Snyder didn't direct this one.
Oh, you are a bastard.
You're lucky that his first name is Shane.
I like hats off to director Shane Black.
Shane Black.
No, this sucks. I have a very opposite opinion to Dean, ironically.
Really?
I enjoy the first half an hour because it's just sort of like, it's great when you think about it post Avengers. It's Iron Man kind of recovering. You see the psychological thing. You're like, okay, this is kind of exciting.
It's awesome going from the first Avengers to watching nothing happen. It's great.
Wait, that's a 2.5 hour movie following this right now.
Yeah. I'm bouncing all over the place, Jason. I'm not picking sides. I'm picking.
I can
both.
see that. The
second he picks a fight with the Mandarin is when it all just goes to hell.
Oh,
and it
shut
sucks.
up!
Like Iron Man doing Robert Downey, like Iron Man things. Like he's quippy. He's building tech. He's like, I'm freaking out. Blah blah blah. You're like,
yeah.
I mean, the freak out thing, you don't really need that, but that's fine. And then the rest of the movie sucks. It's great. Like it's enjoyable, but compared to 2 and 1, it's not even the same ballpark.
Have you watched 2 recently?
I sure have.
Yeah.
I watch it weekly.
But no, you don't.
No, I don't. But I've watched it recently, yes. And I'm still adamant it's better.
Yeah, okay.
Paul is the 700,000 reviewers.
Just the one reviewer.
I have so many burner accounts. If you look at the emails, it's like, before birds, Paul 1, Paul 2, Paul 3. Google hasn't even caught on yet.
Oh, yeah. Jason, what's your response to that?
Thank you. So I think it soars. I watched 2 and 3 leading up to this. So I actually watched 2 a few weeks ago now. And I think that 2 is much better.
What? What?
Then?
When you look at it in regards to like when you look at in regards to like what's come afterwards kind of thing. So in a retrospective look at it, it's a much better movie because there's so much stuff that's happened after it.
So it was like a sneaky empire kind of thing.
Yeah, kind of. But because the problem with 2 was always that it had too many things happening, kind of like Batman versus Superman, where like they tried to, have all these things that would pay off in future movies.
Yeah, the Doomsday flashback, like flash forwards and all that stuff.
But then they never actually paid them off unless they do pay them off in the Snyder Cut when that actually comes out next year. Which they might do because like it's meant to go for like 4 hours or 5 hours.
Oh my God.
And there's a lot of stuff.
Who do you think he is? Scorsese? He's Zack Snyder.
I actually wasn't keen on the Snyder Cut until I seen some like some deleted scenes and a few different things online, and I'm cautiously optimistic that it will be okay. At least they won't have a digital face replacement. That's going to be the best thing about it.
That's going to be
have they actually got Cavill into...
No, because they're just using all the original footage.
And I think there is...
Hang on, hold up. Superman's going to have a beard.
Superman is not going to have a beard.
He never had a beard. That when Zack Snyder filmed it, he didn't have a beard. They went and did the reshoots, and the reshoots were the things that you actually see that like you have the digital face replacement that works horribly. They're not reshooting anything for the new one, but they're doing like dubs. So they're like redubbing some stuff. He wanted to do a bunch of reshoots, but Warner Brothers were like, no. Because it was going to cost like $30 billion or something like that. And they're like,
Zach,
let's just keep it.
And then Zach's like, no, we need to do reshoots. And they're like, well, you're fired again. And they brought Joss Whedon in to redo
then he says, all right, well, let me just call my mum Martha and tell her I can't do this. And then the accountant's like, hang on a minute.
Yes.
Your mum's named Martha?
Your mum's name's Martha too? Hell, I'm going to write you a check right now. Do I make it out to Martha or do I make it out to you?
Did you say 45 million? No, I'm going to 30. Did you say 45 million?
Yeah, you said 55, right? 55?
He just sounds all like Ben Affleck in The Accountant.
Yeah,
he's like, what car do you drive here? Oh, my car. Oh, the company car.
Yeah. So
just make it out to
anyways,
Martha Snyder.
Getting back to Iron Man 2. So it is a better movie in retrospect after watching the other ones.
Just in general.
But I did watch Iron Man 3 as well.
You fool.
Yep.
And I agree with Dean. It is very slow at the very beginning, but I really like the fact that it kind of brings him back to the cave kind of thing.
Yes!
It's basically...
It's the cave.
It's the cave.
It's when he gets back from the cave. It's when he is building the Mark II.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Iron Man 3.
In Iron Man...
No. Iron Man 3. Wait, no, but
You're
brings
talking
him
about
back to the cave in the way of like it strips away all his technology and he has to MacGyver his way back in Iron Man 3.
So Paul, I think you're thinking that we're talking about the cave as in like the Bat Cave.
No. God, no.
We're talking about the cave as in when he's kidnapped at the start.
Yeah.
Sorry. I thought you were talking more about like I thought you were agreeing with me that the first half an hour is good. Because it feels like that scene in Iron Man 1 when he's building the Mark II armor, where he's like being all creative. And that's kind of what he's like with this rocket armor that apparently all the suits have. So I don't know why he's building more, but that's fine. Let's get to that later.
I mean, for when like he like crashes in the middle of nowhere and
Sorry,
and he ends up with the kid, and he's
where he
like
ends up with the
basically
kid, who is also just really great that he's a genius, and it's also great that he just happened to have a shed with all the stuff that Iron Man. Isn't it amazing? It's so
it's
lucky
great. It's
that he flew to
perfect.
Tennessee.
It's perfect. It's
so good. It's so lucky. Good on him.
It's kind of like Jarvis knew where to crash land in.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, you know what? This kid's got a really sick lab. Let's land there. And then I'm going to pass out because it's convenient.
So Paul,
Sorry,
I don't know whether you've connected the dots, but Shane Black also directed one of your other favorite movies, The Predator from 2018.
Did he actually? That's right, he did. Oh, Shane. Stop.
And it also has like a child genius in it as well.
Yeah, I know. I've seen it. Don't worry. I'm well aware of Shane Black casting genius
that
kids.
just happens to be related to the main character in some way.
Of course.
Yeah.
I really love watching Iron Man have to Home Alone it.
Yeah,
really.
that's what I like too.
Then watch Iron Man 1.
Or watch Iron Man 3.
Or
No,
3.
why? Why would you watch a subpar version when you could watch a good one?
Yeah, that's true. That's what I say.
Anyway, we're going to have to get to the plot because I'll fight you all day.
We're in agreement that Iron Man 1 is a better movie.
Yes,
absolutely.
The best movie.
It's the best movie out of the
we
three.
should stop pretending like we are arguing about that.
Yeah,
because
we're
there's
not
like,
arguing
we all
about
know.
that. We
It's
all
the
know
best
that.
one. It's the best one.
We're debating the sequels in the solo Iron Man trilogy. We're debating which one is better, really. But
it's like basically we've made a slice of really nice toast, like peanut butter toast, and we're about to eat it, and then
I'm allergic to peanuts.
Well,
are you really?
You're out of the way. But then you get back
I just thought I learned something new about you. I was like, oh, cool. I'm going to give you peanuts.
No, I'm not allergic to anything except like manual labor.
We're about to eat this peanut butter sandwich. It's going to be great. We all agreed that this peanut butter sandwich is really nice.
Yeah.
And then somehow we managed to drop it, like hit it, and it falls off the bench onto the floor, spreads open, and both pieces land face down. And then now we're fighting over which spoiled piece of peanut buttery bread is going to be better to eat. It's both in comparison to the original peanut butter sandwich. Neither of them are going to be good.
Are you still talking about peanut butter? Like, I tuned when Paul said that he's allergic, I was like, oh, okay.
But then he said he wasn't allergic, so then I was like, okay, sweet.
Well.
I'll keep going with it. I won't change it.
And then he proceeded to have a stroke.
I put too much thought into this already.
wait, because he said that he's not allergic, you said that like you thought you could keep talking about peanut butter? Like, are you worried about him? You're like,
what?
If I talk about peanut butter, he'll have an allergic reaction to it. But oh no, he's not
No,
allergic.
I heard that he wasn't allergic. I'm not a jerk. Jason.
I was talking about peanut butter being a jerk to someone that's allergic to peanut butter.
What?
I'm so confused as to what anyone's arguing about right now.
Why are you bringing peanut butter into this, Jason? What's peanut butter done to you?
Why are we even talking about peanut butter?
I don't know. I just...
All right.
I can't feel like peanut butter right now.
1999.
Oh, that's right. You can tell that because Happy has a mullet.
Oh, yes. Happy does have
peanut
a mullet.
butter's just coming onto the shelves. It's good. It's a big hit.
It's the best thing since sliced bread that the peanut butter is on.
Oh, my God. I'm not going through peanut butter all night.
Peanut butter tree.
I'm going to sit here thinking about how many other times I can apply peanut butter logic to this movie. It's going to be great. Continue.
So, where are we? 1999. It's New Year's Eve. It's about to turn to 2000, as New Year's Eve does.
Well done. No, not on New Year's Eve turn to 2000, Jason. Just want to point that out real quick.
I'm looking forward to 2000 next year.
The best 2000.
Brilliant breakdown of the film so far, Jason. I'm just going to say, like, you are on point.
It's New Year's Eve. It then turns to the next year, as they do. Hi, I'm Jason. Welcome to a really bad TED Talk.
Where are we?
1999. We've literally done nothing.
It's just sorry, I'm still stuck on peanut butter. Oh my
God. I hate it when you get peanut butter stuck on you.
I hate it when you get stuck on peanut butter.
Terrible.
1999 was like a peanut butter sandwich, but then then the clock ticked over, and then all of a sudden it's a Big Mac.
Yeah,
like all new peanut butters do.
So
they're in Switzerland.
We're in Switzerland. Tony Stark is right in the middle of his playboy sort of ways. He's living it up, living the dream.
Sure is.
He has a girlfriend or just a night.
He has
like
a friend
one-night
that
stand.
is a girl. Yeah.
Probably a one night stand.
Yeah. And her name is Maya, I believe. Is it Maya? Maya.
Yeah, why not?
Played by Rebecca Hall. Is it Rebecca Hall?
Yeah, why not?
I should have this in front of me, but yeah.
I'm amazed.
Yeah, why not?
I literally didn't write that many notes for this because, as you can tell, 1999 got stuck on it. Because that was my only note for the plot. It's 1999.
The most important thing to bring up in this episode is that the year was 1999.
That was the year.
Do you remember that?
You just got that circled and like underneath, like how?
It all relates. It all
How
relates.
is it a less number? Terrence Howard isn't in this one.
So he meets in an elevator. He meets a younger guy, Pearce, hairier. Like he's
Guy
got like
Pearce.
the whole sort of.
He's a nerd. If you didn't guess,
what?
I know. He's a nerd.
He basically has nerd tattooed to his forehead.
Tony makes fun of him.
He does
for being a nerd.
Yeah. What a loser.
Such a nerd.
Then Maya talks about trees.
That's like a nerd.
That's the beginning of this movie.
These trees can cure things.
It really is just like, we're going to make fun of nerds. Now let's go and talk about stuff that nerds talk about.
Yes. Yeah. Did you get the new expansion for Magic the Gathering? You nerd.
How funny was that nerd in the
Killian is Guy Pearce's character, and he's like all like he's got like a mullet kind of thing happening.
Like a nerd.
And
in 1999.
Like a nerd. Yeah. And did we mention that he's
Paul,
a nerd?
did you know that 1999 becomes 2000?
When does it become 2000?
On New Year's. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy,
when it
isn't
turns over.
You didn't expect that you'd come into this podcast tonight and learn something new. Like
I was coming in for a fight. I wasn't expecting to be educated.
Yep, there you go. You're
This
welcome.
is an educational podcast.
Thank you, guys.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. Who says movies can't be fun? All right, it's 2012. It's Christmas because Shane Black's doing it.
Yeah, of course. No. We haven't got through Eldridge Killian. He gets stuck on the roof.
Tell me more about this really interesting
He
hero.
doesn't get stuck on a roof.
He's waiting up
goes
there
up
for
there.
Tony Stark because Tony's like, I'm going to come meet up with you afterwards. You tell me your great idea for AIM. It's I'm really interested, whatever. And basically he's like,
MIA.
yeah, I'm not going to.
Australian Institute of Music.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's it.
That is actually AIM.
Australians.
Yeah.
Nope, never mind. Carry on.
So
involved in MasterChef.
then, like he doesn't go upstairs, and then we get like a talk.
He's too busy talking about trees.
Yeah, he's talking about trees with Maya, who is
with Maya.
creating this sort of regenerating tree, and it explodes because it's got this problem with it. So sort of foreshadowing for later on. And then we skip to present day, which it's Christmas time because Shane Black. Yep. Literally, is there any movie that doesn't happen on
The Predator.
Christmas? The Predator?
No, the Predator was Christmas.
No, that was
Predator
Halloween.
was Halloween.
Halloween, that's right.
It felt like a nightmare.
And he actually made a big statement that's like, I'm pretty done with Christmas because apparently that gets old after a while. So now I'm going to try Halloween. What do you freaking do?
Fair enough.
I look forward to where he just does a movie on like a Wednesday night.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a significant occasion.
It'll be
Shane.
date night. That's what it is.
It'll be date night.
Yeah.
Dean, do all of your scripts start on some form of major public holiday?
Oh, yeah.
It's how you get successful, though. Like everyone
course it is.
No, you have to. It has to.
All my
Dean's going to release the
movies.
first film on Kwanzaa.
all my movies go over like about a 10-day time frame just around Christmas.
Nice.
It's great.
Nice. Yeah. And on New Year's Eve.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
1999 to 2000, right?
But yeah, exactly. Exactly that. That's where all my films are set.
Of course.
Because I'm just fascinated by how that works, Jason. Can't get over
Of course you would be. But yeah.
It's amazing.
It's pretty fascinating. So War Machine has updated to Iron Patriot. He's rebranded. And Tony Stark is suffering anxiety attacks because of the Battle of New York.
Yikes.
And he's burying himself in his work, doing like everything he can to...
Yet another movie. We're going to have a third movie.
Mental
where Iron
disabilities
Man
are
deals with
such
something.
an annoyance,
We could go
aren't they,
alcoholism.
Paul?
What would
Boy,
you...
howdy.
What would you prefer?
He doesn't need to do anything.
What would you prefer?
We don't need to have... Why do we need a third movie where he's whinging about something else? Literally, the first one was him coming to terms with, like, his life as an arms dealer, and that's bad. Second one... Let's not even get started with the operation at the end. But second one, he's dealing with his death, and you're like, okay, I can get back to who I originally was and start helping humanity. Let's go to the third one. Oh, he's kind of sad.
I think you're kind of undermining.
Look, it's a character
This whole
arc.
movie undermines
it's a character
everything.
Arc.
It's a garbage character arc.
I thought it was amazing.
If they gave him literally, and like, if they hit him with alcoholism, give him something else besides this anxiety. Really? They're gonna waste 3 movies building up an insanely charismatic hero and then hit him with anxiety. I don't buy it.
I would tread lightly.
Why?
With this
It's a movie.
Yeah, it's just. But it's a serious thing, and I think, like,
I'm not saying anxiety is not a serious thing.
But
I know it's a serious thing.
It's more post-traumatic stress disorder, right? Like he's gone through like PTSD. Like he's experienced something massive. He's encountered
TSD. He's gone through TS.
What?
And now he's got PTSD.
Yes, exactly. he went through traumatic stress, and now he's in post-traumatic stress. That's it.
That's right.
But yeah, no, it's I kind of thought I liked it. I thought
it made sense for his character.
Him.
Like he can't come out of the Battle of New York and then have no side effects. Like you can't have a character,
but it would have been boring.
Yeah, it would have been very boring. Like imagine if he
what happened to the other characters who seemed to not be phased at all by the. Yeah, Captain America was.
Cap was awesome. Well, I think it's only Cap and Iron Man because Thor. I mean, it's Thor.
I think that's kind of like
he's
the
used
Dark
to
World.
everything.
Yeah, the Dark World kind of suffers because we didn't see much of how
his
Thor was
character
affected.
development.
But again, like his a different character. What he witnessed in Avengers is like.
That's a Wednesday.
That's a Wednesday for him. Yeah.
I just don't think it fits with his character. That's my only problem. Like I understand that he's gone through stress. But going off the mind and the character they've built him up to be, I don't think it makes sense for him to be having panic attacks where he should be. I feel like he would just get way more energized and focused on building more. Well, I don't know if he's building more suits, but building Earth defense, do something like that.
Which he gets to.
But that's kind of what he's doing, right?
Like, he's like 40 suits isn't a small thing. Like that's an insane obsession that he's got, and also. I think it's meant to be a confusing and shocking reaction. Like he doesn't make sense of it himself. Like why? Like that's his whole thing. Is like why am I having these panic attacks?
Yeah.
Why am I having these breakdowns? Like I'm Iron Man. I shouldn't be doing this, and that drives a lot of his kind of a lot of his story in this. He's like denying that he's got a problem because he won't accept it himself. Because he's Iron Man. It's like, I shouldn't be doing this. I shouldn't be acting like this. I'm the tough guy.
Like, you can have an existential crisis. Like, you can freak out about who you are, but that doesn't instantly mean you, like, completely shut down. Like,
he doesn't shut down, though. He never shuts down.
3 times he shuts down.
There's a panic attack.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, but that's what panic attacks are. People do shut down.
Again, like, I don't know why I'm reading this. I'm not insulting panic attacks. No, I know they're real and I know they're serious.
You're just this like Iron Man doesn't have them.
Iron Man
well, they spent 3 movies making him seem like an absolute top dog.
Yeah, but that's
Iron
the whole point.
Man's a comic book character, so he can't have panic attacks. He can only have drinking.
But that's the thing, though. Like there's so many great arcs to follow.
Yeah.
Why would you introduce a new one? People thought they were going to go with the Iron Man alcoholic route in number 2, and they didn't. Yeah. They started to touch on it, and you're like, and they didn't do it. Mm-hmm. Why would you waste that arc?
Would have been
and they waste Extremis.
Better than Yeah. Would it have been better then for you if they went down the path of he's suffering from the events of New York and the outlet is drinking, not
I think that'd be
nervous
perfect.
breakdowns.
Because then that would it gives way more of an opportunity to bring Rhodey more into the fold.
Right.
Because he effectively takes over Iron Man. I just think as a character transformation post in Avengers, alcoholism, it's already established. There's plenty of resource material because they're not from Lucasfilm. And
there it is.
It just seems like an easier route to go. I feel like Panic Attack sort of come out of left field.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Fair enough.
I'm on Jason's side with this particular thing. I think that it was I thought it was
just the whole movie
done.
in general, right?
I kind of really, really appreciate Downey Jr.'s performance in it and in those moments as well. Like he definitely makes them feel real. And I have no problem thinking that Tony Stark feels more human because he's suffering this way, kind of thing. And and then I like it. Yeah. I don't like that he's suffering, but I like that I'm aware that he's a fictional character as well, so shut up.
It's good that they're showing him, to have flaws. Yeah. I mean, we already know he has flaws. He's definitely not a flawless character.
No.
It shows that he's affected by Avengers.
That's right.
So
I keep wanting to say Infinity War.
yeah.
I'm so used to saying that.
So
Infinity Avengers.
Pepper's now in charge of the Stark Industries. And Aldrich comes and has a meeting with her, and he's been to a few self-help seminars because he's looking pretty good.
Real good.
He's been to a physio for 5 years.
And a hairdresser.
A physio, hairdresser.
Yeah,
He's got a tan.
An optometrist.
He's
and that is a perfect explanation, and that does not need to be questioned further. So let's move on with the plot, apparently.
Okay.
Yeah.
And here's another prop nugget.
So he wants some funding for some of his research, but Pepper's like, nope. Research. Yep. So, she's like, no, and so he goes away like all sulky, and Happy is there, and Happy suspects that the bodyguard of Aldrich Killian's is looking just a bit suspicious. So he's like, I'm gonna follow him. So
I like that they gave Happy this new role, actually,
they did.
because
Yeah.
Happy couldn't direct anymore, so he had to become a producer instead.
Yeah.
I mean, that's you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So
He apparently was like going to, like, he turned down the director's chair to direct a now still unmade film called Magic Kingdom.
Oh, I heard about that.
Apparently that's why he wasn't going to direct, but it's still not.
Is it still meant to be happening, that movie? I haven't heard anything in like 10 years.
It's like that dormant kind of thing on IMDb, but I don't think so.
If it happened, it would be cool. But do you know what that is about, Paul?
No.
It's basically Night at the Museum, but set in Disneyland.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
That makes sense.
And,
that's kind of cool.
At the time, it was awesome because when it was announced, Johnny Depp and Jeffrey Rush were on the cast as coming to play Jack Sparrow and Barbossa.
Yeah, right.
From the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, and you had all these other bits. And like, if you made it now, it would be even cooler because you can bring in Star Wars characters and the Marvel cast and all that.
Yeah.
So how amazing would that actually
be? It would be awesome.
I didn't know the actual plot of it. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So, and then I was like, it was a real shame that didn't happen.
I feel like it might not happen now because of like things like Ready Player One, where they've done that kind of thing.
That. It'd be cool if they did like Night at the Museum, but at Disneyland, but to the tune of Five Nights at Freddy's.
Okay.
Do you know what Five Nights at Freddy's is?
No idea.
Oh, it's a horror game where it's like, have you ever heard of the US branch Chuck E. Cheese?
Yeah.
They have all these like really weird animatronics. So Freddy's is sort of like that. And you take the night shift watching over the restaurant, and the guard sort of warns you like, oh, be careful, like, sometimes the animals sort of get up and wander around. But then it devolves into like you have to like keep the doors locked and move all the keep looking on all the cameras, and then you see one of the animatronics and you check a couple of cameras and you come back and then all of a sudden it's gone.
Right.
And they're in the vents, they're everywhere. It's creepy as hell. I hate it.
It's cool.
But once they break in, then you're dead, and it's just really creepy and they're in your face.
Wow. So it's like
like
a more like a Westworld kind of thing. Or
that's a good way to put it.
Yeah. Or all the all the things like robots start coming to life and killing you instead.
Epic.
Yeah. That would be interesting.
I haven't watched Westworld.
It's pretty cool.
It's pretty good. It is pretty good.
Awesome.
I liked it. I've got season 1.
It's funny because I was watching the second season of Westworld and I hadn't watched it for ages, and I said to my wife, like, she's like, "Oh, is it any good?" And I was like, "It's okay. Like, it passes the time." And then a few days later, she's like, "Are you still watching Westworld?" And I was like, "Yeah, I've pretty much finished that season." And then she's like, "But you said it wasn't any good." And I'm like, "Yeah, it got good. It got good.
It got really good.
All right. It got really good."
Season 1, man. Jeez.
Yeah. So Happy is suspicious of this bodyguard and he's like, "I'm going to follow him." What I realized in watching this movie is that he actually drives Pepper home first, but then he goes and follows the bodyguard. So I'm like, how does he do that? like, does he know where the guy lives? Like, I don't know. But anyways,
he must.
He follows him to the Chinese theater and he finds that they're like, he's just being really shady kind of thing with someone else, and they've got like an exchange of a briefcase, and the bodyguard's like giving the guy that he meets up with something that would regulate his whatever. I don't know what it is. What is it, Paul?
Well, he can regulate it. So he gets given this thing because he can regulate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Extremis hasn't killed him.
Well, at this point, that's all we know. He can regulate.
Yeah.
He's regular.
He's regular. He gives them some Weet-Bix. So in a briefcase.
Brand.
Yeah.
How many?
It's a different kind of explosion.
Oi, tsunami.
I think we've missed that the Mandarin's actually a thing as well.
Mandarin's a thing.
Tapes.
Mandarin's a thing. He's killing people.
He's killing people. He's got like news reports, and you've got Ben Kingsley doing like his really menacing kind of voice kind of thing with some B-roll of terrorist attacks and whatnot.
I'm gonna hate myself for asking this, but Paul, what do you think about Ben Kingsley as the Mandarin?
He's such a good villain.
He is, isn't
comics.
he? Ben Kingsley is such a good villain.
Yeah, I like Ben Kingsley.
In the comics.
I thought it was great. Is this part of the reason why you hated Iron Man 3?
It's the reason why Paul hates it.
The thing I hated the most is that they took a lot of potentially really good story arcs and then just stuffed them all together in some really crap box. And was like, "Oh, look, his armor flies to him."
Yeah, but
and that's kind of
they kind of like they retcon it kind of thing with the All Hail the King.
Yeah,
the
I was going to
short.
say. All Hail the King definitely, like, that was basically made to appease a lot of fans that hated this.
Even though, they'll say that it wasn't.
They'll say it wasn't.
Yeah, they'll say that it was mainly to get rid of some plot holes, but it's...
Yeah, I definitely enjoy that. I love that short film, actually. It's really cool.
So... Yeah, basically the exchange happens with the bodyguard and this guy, and he quickly...
Well, then Happy starts a fight with him.
Happy starts a fight with the bodyguard for some reason. I can't remember.
He bumped into him. I think he bumped into him.
I think he just got really confident after Iron Man 2 when he got that guy.
Yeah.
When he knocked that one guy out.
Whilst
Widow cleared a room.
Yeah. So I can take anyone, man. That's
great
it.
Scene. Great movie.
If you don't have a name badge.
So
notice how we're talking about that in this
Happy knocks punches into like the bodyguard because he's not social distancing properly. And
that's right.
Man.
Then, so he punched him in the face, and then the guy who bought the thing off the bodyguard he vapes,
he inhales something,
and then he's like, "Dude, what
explodes.
The heck? This isn't what I ordered." Chucks a rager.
Then he goes pop.
Because they're like, "Look, sorry, no refunds," and he gets really annoyed at that. And
and his parents. explodes all over the place. And
what's funny is I have, just real quick, I've got a synopsis open just because it helps to have it. The way they describe it is incredible. It's so funny. And he goes like, Happy tries to intercede but is beaten senseless by Savin, by the way.
Savin, nice.
Savin.
And seconds later, Taggart overheats and explodes.
As you do.
So he's overheating.
Flushed.
So basically, this puts Happy in the hospital, and he's like pointing at the what do you call him? Oh, man, my brain.
Mandarin.
He's pointing at the, what did you say?
Nothing.
No. What are you saying?
What's he pointing at?
I don't know. I don't know what he's pointing at.
Well,
what is he pointing at?
He's in the hospital. Who cares? It doesn't matter.
No,
Jarvis will figure it out later on.
No, we need to stop and work out what Happy is pointing at.
What is he pointing at?
He's pointing at something.
I think
something
he's pointing
very
down,
important.
so I think it's the ratings for this.
It was
it's the canister.
No, it was like
it's the
you couldn't think
tags.
of it.
Do you guys know?
It's the tags.
The tags, yeah.
The dog tags.
I couldn't think of
look,
dog
I'll be honest.
tags.
I skimmed.
It's the man necklace. It's the it's the army collar. It's
the army collar.
The army collar.
the little
the cat badge.
Necklace with the metal shiny things.
Oh, the army necklaces.
The man necklace.
The man necklace.
The man necklace. So what, women aren't in the military then?
Yeah, come on, man. Equal
the military grade jewelry.
The military grade jewelry. The bulletproof heart of the ocean.
You can't half tell that Dean and I have kids because we're both like, words? What words right now? And Paul's like, come on, spit it out.
So anyway,
yes,
Happy goes to the hospital.
He goes to the hospital.
Tony isn't happy that Happy is in the
He's
hospital.
not happy about Happy.
Sorry. So as they're leaving, all the reporters are there. One guy gets a new phone all of a sudden. If you have a look at that, by the way, the guy who asks the question of when are you going to kill him? He's holding a flip phone, and then all of a sudden it's a smartphone.
Really?
Wow.
There are so many inconsistencies in this movie. It's befuddling.
I'm sure there's heaps in Iron Man 2.
It is insane. I doubt it.
I reckon there would be.
No, there's none in Iron Man.
Iron Man 2.
There are none in the first one?
Iron Man 2. So I thought you were saying, I'm sure there's heaps in Iron Man 2. There isn't. But in Iron Man 2, there probably isn't either.
Well played.
So all the reporters are like, are you going to kill this guy or what? And then Iron Man's like,
one guy.
Yeah, I'm a really, really famous person, but here's my address in case you don't have it or have Google. And then he gets in his car, which is facing a different direction, and then drives away in a different direction.
To his house? Wait.
To his house.
What? How do you know that?
He goes to his home. No, if you look at his car's facing one way and then he hops in it and the car's suddenly facing another way.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it just like
and also he's not wearing his glasses in one shot, and then the next shot he's wearing his glasses.
Is this just like breaking the 180-degree rule, or is it actually?
I think they just broke the consistency rule.
I think
which way is the car?
You're getting a bit petty now.
Oh, sorry, my bad. We don't need to have consistency. That's fine. Okay,
so continuity guy does not show up on this day.
I think the continuity guy was Shane Black.
I think one of the worst continuity errors I've ever seen is in War of the Worlds when
I thought you were going to say Iron Man 2.
No. Iron Man 2. The whole movie is a continuity.
The whole movie is one big. Who was Iron Man?
Well, yeah, you know what? You start off with Iron Man 1, then you go to Iron Man 2, and suddenly
he's got a different suit.
Rhodes is someone else. Where's the continuity there? So
it's because Terrence Howard wanted to times his salary by 1, and they couldn't afford him.
So
if you don't get that joke, look up Terrence Howard.
If you don't get that joke,
it'll change your life.
This must be the first episode. Yeah. You're starting on episode 100.
It could be the first episode.
It could be.
We recommend you don't.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome to our purgatory.
Yeah. So
what's the worst continuity error, Jason?
The whole movie, Iron Man 2.
Oh, no. Calm down. I'm not attacking you.
It's in War of the Worlds. So War of the Worlds has this conversation with Tom Cruise and his daughter.
Don't ruin War of the Worlds.
What is Dakota Fanning? Yeah, Dakota Fanning.
Is it going to ruin War of the Worlds?
Not a baby.
Yeah.
Yes, damn.
There is a conversation where they're having Chinese takeaway, and literally every shot that changes, her legs change from being crossed to not crossed to crossed to not crossed, and it's like, really, really like obvious.
That's really funny.
It's like
there's an absolutely atrocious one in Diamonds Are Forever, the Bond movie.
Yeah,
where he goes through this massive car chase in Las Vegas or whatever. But they must have only been able to rent the main strip because every single angle he's driving past the Golden Nugget.
Yeah.
Like every single angle. And then he goes down an alleyway and puts the car on two wheels to drive through a small
goes
hole.
past the Golden
Nugget.
Nugget.
Goes in. No. Well, he comes back out and the Golden Nugget's there. But he drives and his driver's side is facing the ground. And then when he emerges, he's on the top side of the car. So it just completely flips.
What?
Yeah,
have you seen in Casino Royale where it's the guy in the background's like sweeping up, but he's like that far from the like ground, like he's like a foot from the ground. He's not even like actually sweeping anything. It's so bad.
It's like that one extra in Danger Close who just like hits the ground and then the charge goes off.
when the charge goes off like 10 minutes later.
That guy's with it. He's got extreme.
So
anyway,
Paul.
Yeah,
mate.
I don't mean to be say you're wrong, but I think you're wrong.
Okay. I don't care.
Okay. I'm watching because I was like, that it's just way too many continuity issues for one scene for me to not have picked up on it. There's a shot where he actually takes the glasses off.
Yeah. But have a look at some of the behind shots. Have a look at the behind shot before he takes the glasses off.
I will. This
is the best part of the podcast where Dean fact checks.
Like we rewatch the movie
by watching the movie.
Last week Jason was doing it.
Was it?
That's fair.
Yeah.
Wait, don't you mean next week
What
Jason
are you talking about? Where was I
Code 8.
rewatching?
Oh, Code 8, that's right. I remember
what were we
Code 8.
doing?
The fact checking of Paul's comment about what's his name going into the prison.
I don't like that all these fact checkings followed by the sentence of Paul's comment about just take it at face value, guys. Come on.
I believe you 100%, mainly because I couldn't be bothered looking it up. That's just me.
You just got so much gusto.
At this point, there's never a flip phone.
Oh.
What? Hang on.
Yeah.
What?
Look, we'll talk about this later. We'll talk about it later.
The glasses,
You're like off air. Let's talk about this off air.
The glasses are pretty.
Hang on. Let me pull up Disney Plus.
There's quite a bit of continuity in the Sonnies here as well that I'm noticing.
Let me have a look now. Let's.
Is there like reflections of crew in the Sonnies?
The extra that is holding the phone is holding it like it's a flip phone. He's like...
They must have fixed it.
Obviously, like, he's not used to having a smartphone.
They did like a splash on it, like where they like digitally got rid of her butt.
Potentially,
but they did that with the flip phone.
With the hair?
With the hair, and it just looks like she's got a hairy butt.
What's that?
That's from Splash. So
she's wearing like a fur undie.
It looks so bad because like it was something for on Disney Plus. They're like, let's censor it. So instead of like, I don't know, putting some pants on her or something, they decided to extend her hair, but they extended her hair in the shot where she's like running back into the ocean and you can see her butt. But the hair looks like it's actually growing out of her butt kind of thing. So it just looks like she's running along with her hairy butt. It's so weird.
What is this?
It's from
really
Splash. It's a Tom Hanks movie with Daryl Hannah where she plays a mermaid. And at one scene in the movie, I haven't seen it for years, but one scene of the movie, she's like running along and she grows legs halfway through the movie sort of thing. So she's running along, jumping back into the water, and there's a shot from behind.
Yeah. I found the glasses. I found the continuity.
Where she jumps in. So wait, have I filibustered enough?
It's where he says, "I'm Tony Stark and I'm not afraid of you." He's not wearing glasses, and then he's wearing glasses.
Great, great.
The shot from behind, he's not wearing glasses, and it cuts to him, and he's wearing glasses from the front again.
Bloody woeful!
My God,
yeah. My goodness. One continuity issue.
Yeah,
disgusting.
Marked down from 3. What's a win? What's a loss?
I'll give you a 1 out of 3 for this podcast, Paul.
Hang on a second. Oh, man. The car is still facing the wrong direction.
A 10 out of 10 for continuity, Paul.
The car. Don't forget the car. It's a 2. There's 2 continuities.
Is I don't know.
He walks out. Okay, and the car is facing left. He talks to the people, and then he leaves right.
Who cares? So, back to the movie. We have
back to the movie.
Happy's in hospital. He's not happy.
Iron Man gives his address to a terrorist.
Yep. And so the Mandarin sends a whole... every time I say Mandarin, I think of like a Mandarin, like a orange kind of thing. No, not the Mandalorian.
Mandarin?
Pardon? You think of...
Can't you speak Mandarin? Or can't
you got a degree in Mandarin,
Yeah.
Were you born in China?
Yeah, no. I can speak about 1 or 2 sentences in Mandarin.
Wow, from a whole year's worth of lessons.
That's
amazing.
It was like 5 weeks or something like that. It's like...
Wow.
You're so multilingual, Jason.
Yeah, I know,
you soak up information like a sponge.
I can literally ask for a beer. That's pretty much all I can do.
How good is company spending? Man, that is just like... That's money well spent.
I'll probably get like it completely wrong, but it's PGO is can I have a beer? I'd like to drink a beer, but it's something along those lines.
You just called Dean a dog.
No, I didn't.
Look, Jason, only I can say that
maybe
about
I got that wrong. I think I got that wrong. I can't remember any of it at all.
Oh,
So anyways, the Mandarin sends his goons to attack the mansion, to attack Tony Stark's mansion.
Yeah.
And
because no one warns him. Jarvis doesn't say anything. Why would he? Why would he expect them?
I don't know.
I like that the only warning here is one person looking at the TV,
a TV screen. Yeah, which
also
is convenient.
Conveniently, there is no lag on that news footage.
No lag. And this rocket is like the slowest moving
rocket ever.
Slowest moving
and it's
rocket.
amazing that you can just fly 3 attack helicopters to the coast of California, and the military is like,
Yeah. I also really appreciate that she needs to ask if it's a problem or not, because it's clear like she's definitely...
Was that PhD?
Is that missile being shot at our building?
It's quite unclear whether a rocket coming straightly at you is a problem or not. You have to ask for someone's opinion
in 5 minutes before it hits.
So, Maya is in this scene. She's visiting.
Maya's an idiot.
Yes.
Maya,
yes, he is.
He asks her if she's the Mandarin at one point, and apparently in the first draft of the script, she was basically Aldrich Killian's character.
And Kevin Feige was like, nah, we can't have a chick be a bad guy.
Really?
We can't have a female bad guy.
No.
Or one of the higher ups.
Really? Wow.
I might be dragging Kevin Feige's name in the dirt right now. Might not have been him. It might have been some other higher up.
Yeah,
like Bob Iger.
Yeah, that must have changed because I mean they've got Cate Blanchett like as a bad guy.
Yeah. Yes.
She was great.
I'm pretty sure opinions have changed since this movie, but Disney. Disney are so not about their female villains. Think Snow White, Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah,
Cinderella.
I mean, even like Ant-Man 2 or whatever.
She
the
wasn't
villain for the most part is a woman, but she's not a villain. It turns out she's just
But this is Paramount, right? Like they produced this. This was still them.
This is Disney at this point.
No, this
Disney,
is Paramount.
Really?
Post Avengers. No, this is
Avengers
Disney.
was the first Disney one.
Well, it's got the Paramount logo at the very beginning, so I don't know.
They're clinging on.
Maybe they forgot.
Or they what? They forgot that it wasn't theirs anymore.
Yeah. I think they had like some sort of deal with this. I think basically the only movie that Disney doesn't completely own is The Incredible Hulk.
And do you guys think that the Iron Man thing is similar to why Hulk doesn't have his own movies?
Hulk doesn't have his own movies because of Paramount
still owns.
They still own the solo rights to the movies, so he can still be in like the team up sort of versions.
That's good.
And that's why they kind of have that. And then there's a whole back end kind of thing happening with that.
But did all of Iron Man go back over to Disney, or did Paramount just keep the individual, like the solo Iron Man movie rights as well?
Look, I'm not involved in those conversations, so
why not, Jason?
Surprisingly,
my goodness.
I don't know
because you were invited to the table, but it's like I'm gonna give me a minute. I'm still trying to figure out this 1999 thing.
I was going to the toilet at that stage, so I was like, I checked out. Man. Really.
How?
So,
how does that happen?
Yeah, I was in 1999 when that happened.
How does it change like that?
So the Mandarin sends his goons. They attack the mansion.
Yep.
And
is it a problem? Yes.
It is a problem. Iron Man, like Tony Stark, he actually gets one of his suits to pick up Pepper and take like both Mayor and Pepper out of the building, and then he gets sort of trapped inside. When she's clear of all the debris and everything, he gets the suit to jump onto him and save him, but he gets trapped under the building as it falls, and he seems to die from Pepper's point of view. But he actually flies away. He's unconscious.
Oh, but does he though? Because for some reason the world thinks he's dead.
Well, yeah, they do. But
because no one sees him.
And no one sees him fly away.
It happens
It's good
very
that no one
quickly.
searched for him.
It's good that like
well, they
all
said
the
they couldn't find the
cameras-
body. Like, yeah,
all
that's
those
good.
helicopters,
That's good.
it's good that none of them, like, they all stopped recording after the house
Yeah, of course.
collapsed.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, nothing else to see here. We're not going to search for a body because he's obviously dead.
Do you want us to keep filming the debris? No.
Nah, turn the cameras off. We're still on 35mm film.
So
This is expensive stuff.
I actually found it kind of humorous when Pepper like walks up to the edge of the cliff face. There's like the enemy helicopter just out from the cliff face, and she's like, Tony! And literally, like, they could have just taken her out in that moment. Like,
Paul has a
real
comment.
quick, sorry.
Yes.
I know, not to keep harping on the flaws.
Yep.
He was surprised when there was a visitor because he told Jarvis to put the house on lockdown.
Yes.
The house is on lockdown, and yet
There's
3 helicopters can still approach and fire a missile.
Well, yeah. I mean, well, what would lockdown be? Just
Tony, there's some helicopters 4 kilometers offshore. Could this be a problem?
I
Tony,
guess
they fired something at me. Do you want to send one of the suits out to take care of it?
Yeah.
Considering they're all motorized.
Yeah, actually, think about it. Like, at this point, he probably would have some sort of shield barrier.
I can see him being cocky, though. Look, I am reaching on this one. He's arrogant. He's arrogant because he beat aliens.
He is sitting there going, and he's not affected by it
at all.
Yeah, he is like sitting there like, no, we're not leaving. We're staying right here. Thank you.
I get that. I can see where that's coming from.
Yeah,
I'm serious. I'm starting with you. I understand this logic.
Yeah.
I'm nitpicking. I get where he's coming from.
Yeah, you're being petty now, man. Come on.
I am being petty.
But anyways.
But just wait.
So he's wearing a prototype suit for some reason.
Yep. The Mark 42?
Yeah. He doesn't get one of his, like,
42 ones.
I don't know, one that's not a prototype out.
His cool one.
Yeah.
The one that he was using
the
literally
Mark 8?
the last scene.
5?
Like 2 scenes ago.
Yeah, the one he went to visit Rhodey.
Yeah. That's a good point. Where did that one go?
Yeah.
Because that one also has the oh no, he wasn't wearing his bracelets. He needs bracelets to call that one over.
But the Rhodey one was still the one that he could park and like hop out of and
Yeah, that was the bracelet one. That was the one from Avengers.
Then that was the one that he saw Rhodey.
Yeah. But it was like
You'd
he
think
wasn't
you'd be
wearing
able to
his
figure
bracelets.
out how to do it without braces though.
Bracelets.
Whatever.
Braces? Yeah, he's going.
Bracelets.
He just like, quick.
He smiles.
He presses a different tooth for a different action.
Mark 8.
Fire the missiles.
Oh my God. So yeah, basically he's in the prototype suit. He is unconscious and it flies him out of there. Pepper stands like, you know, a stone's throw away from the Mandarin's goons, but they don't kill her. They just fly away
because they're classy.
Yeah, they're classy like that.
Their job's done. They've also shut their cameras off. They're not even looking now.
They're not even looking now.
They've turned the other way.
Then he wakes up in the middle of nowhere in the snow, basically. Crash lands.
Yes.
And it happens to be the last location that he was looking up, which is where one of the exploding people went off because he found like the I don't know what you're gonna call it.
Exploding people's great. No,
they just went. Oh, it was so lit, mate.
Yeah,
it just went off.
Pop.
Yeah, pop. They did a desk pop. So yeah, a desk pop. So I found it interesting that they burn at like 3,000 degrees Celsius, and the sun is like 5,500 degrees Celsius. So they're literally like half the sun when they explode, which is
cool.
Just
Don't
insane.
you like that one scene where he's superheating like the water tower, but his clothes are fine?
Look, yes.
Sorry, nitpicking again. My apologies.
Nitpicking.
Sorry, he's in Tennessee. Carry on, Jason, please.
You know what I found really odd about that though? That scene, he's like heating the water tower, where he could like just run over and like kill Tony instead of like
could just run
dropping
his
a
hand
water
through
tower
him.
on him. Like that seems like
It's like the Dr. Evil thing, and then he's like, I got a gun in my room. I could just go and shoot him right now.
yeah. Nope.
No, that's not how we do things here, Scott.
Yeah. It's fully that. So he ends up in this town with the little boy, and he's like really, I don't know, like it's the perfect kid, right?
It is
the perfect kid.
Like this is mini Stark, right?
Tony.
It's mini Tony.
Yeah.
And you think, man, this Tony Stark must love this kid, must see him as a prodigy. He's going to really treat him really right.
Well, it's good the kid has father issues.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And as Tony's there for him to say, oh, yeah, fathers leave every day. Get over it.
Yeah.
Don't be fancy.
Yeah, it's great. I love their banter. I actually like it.
It is very funny. Yeah.
The chemistry was good.
And I did like to see him like appear for that brief moment in
Endgame.
Endgame. Like it's really nice.
Beautiful.
Very brief.
Beautiful moment.
Yeah.
But
And
of course he was there because they're connected.
they're connected.
I haven't talked to you for years, but I still have that flash grenade.
Well, okay, so the theory is that stuff that happens like off screen, they continue friendship.
Good.
Yeah.
That's
Akin,
awesome.
similar as to not quite as
Good as like
insignificant
Spider-Man.
as Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
he's
Parker's got
basically
him.
like
Yeah,
he's another
Spider-Man's-
prodigy dude.
He's a superhero.
Because honestly,
so
Tony can pick. He can have like genius kid with a cool lab, or like genius kid with a cool lab. And he's also a part of he's a superhero.
Who are you gonna pick? Yes.
I don't know. It's kind
It's
of
a
like a
stupid
no-brainer.
question.
Yeah, that little turd's losing every single time.
Similar to his like crazy spendings in Civil War, is like everyone's things are funded. He's basically been looking after this kid and been like, look, whatever thing you want to research, whatever thing you want to do,
That's cool.
go for it. And there's all these theories about who this kid actually is. Like, is he actually based on a character from the comics? Is he one of the other Iron Man characters, like prodigies? And but nothing 100% confirmed.
Yeah.
But it's still pretty cool.
I'd love it if they did like a 15-minute short film with this guy, like full Marvel backed and everything, and it ends with like, he's built Tony as an AI.
Oh,
Like it ends with like, hey kid, how you going?
That would
You're
be
like,
cool
"Oh."
because that has been talked about.
Yes, I've heard he's come back as an AI.
Yes, he'd come back as an AI and
Wait,
do voice
what?
work.
There's theories that because they've seen Downey coming out of like wherever they record stuff, and they're like, "What's he recording for?" It could be a flash. Actually, I think at the time it was a flashback.
Yeah, wasn't it Black Widow? There's meant to be a thing in Black Widow with like a flashback or something like
but
that.
they were all talking about how like could they bring him back, and like a very overarching opinion is like he could always come back as an AI.
Yeah,
There is a theory that he would come back, and I think it's kind of built also of like a lot of fans would like to see an instance where I guess the kind of like a bit of a role reversal, where you now have Jarvis who's become the Vision, and then he gets to communicate with an AI version of Tony Stark.
Pretty cool.
Instead, which would be pretty interesting.
They could explain that away so easy. It's like, one of Tony's weird suit experiments was to digitize his brain. You're like, great, I believe it.
But even then, it doesn't even need to be like, it could just be an AI with Tony Stark's voice and
charisma.
And charisma. You need to have the charisma.
Like how sassy Jarvis gets by this one.
Yeah.
So
Carry
he's
on.
hanging out in Tennessee, and this is where one of the previous explosions had gone off, and everyone was blaming it on this kid that they think that he took his own life. He was out of the military, and the mother is determined to prove that he's innocent, that he didn't blow himself up, and that he was just used, and she has all this information on like all the research that he was involved with, and she's meeting up with someone in a bar to give them all this information, and Tony finds out that she's a regular at this bar, so he's going there to actually try and find out a bit more about the sun exploding.
Yep.
And he sort of comes in the middle of her about to give off all this information to one of the Mandarin's goons, which is kind of perfect Shane Black coincidence kind of.
Perfect.
Yeah, like just happens to be
it's
at the same time.
It's one of those tropes that Paul really loves.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons why Shane Black is his favorite director.
Number one.
Yeah.
Number one director, man.
Number one, for sure.
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Good movie.
Such a good movie.
Great movie. I'll give you that
Fantastic
one.
movie.
Yeah.
The Nice Guys.
Nice Guys also a good movie.
Gosh. So awesome.
Wait.
Every other thing is done
Yeah.
Lethal Weapon and all that. It's,
Yeah.
they're solid movies.
Last Boy Scout.
Last
Fantastic.
Boy Scout.
Last
thank
Boy
you,
Scout
yes.
is really good.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I mean, like,
But
that's
two
Tony Scott as
films
well. So
that are just
yeah.
top of Paul's worst films.
Yeah.
Just so happen to make him the worst director in the world.
That's all it takes.
And
I mean, I know that. Oh crap! M. Night Shyamalan did.
oh my gosh. Oh, actually, that's a pretty good point. Actually,
Yeah.
He did. He did that one movie that was really, really good.
The Sixth
He's got.
Sense.
Thank you.
He's got.
The Sixth
And
Sense.
Unbreakable. Unbreakable's pretty good.
Yeah.
At this point, he still has more more good films than bad films.
Does
but a lot
he,
of people,
though?
yes.
Okay.
Dude.
Sixth
Yep.
Sense, Signs, The Village,
I like Signs.
The Village.
Glass. No, not Glass. Sorry. Split.
Split. Yeah.
Split. Unbreakable. That's 5.
Yep.
Glass is kind of somewhere in the middle. And then apparently the one about the crazy grandparents. I haven't seen that
The
one.
Visitors.
The Visitors. That's apparently really good. So that's like 6 good ones. And then you have Lady in the Water.
No. Wait, you're saying bad ones now, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
The
cool.
Last Airbender, The Happening.
Oh,
That's all
man.
you need to say.
Yeah,
all you
literally,
need to
right.
say is
So-
Last Airbender. That's
The
it.
Happening and definitely The Last Airbender
Last
kind of
Airbender.
gets rid of any goodwill that you have for M. Night Shyamalan.
That's what I'm saying. It's like,
Yeah.
even though he's done a lot more good films, it's just
Yeah.
that handful of bad ones that just
That
completely
burns it.
tarnish the name.
It does.
It's really
The Last
interesting.
Airbender is kind of like, it is up there with like
It is so bad.
the worst movies
It's
of
almost
all
like
time.
Iron Man 3, isn't it, Paul?
I mean, it's not. Look, no.
No,
I'm not going to insult Iron Man 3 that much. At least they still call him Tony Stark
Right.
and not get his character name wrong.
yeah, they say
they
it like
get his
about a
character
million
name wrong?
times. There's something different, don't they?
Or do they just pronounce it wrong? Or?
Like Ung.
Ung.
It's like, you've got 3 seasons of a show where his name is Ang.
Yeah. If only there was like, some sort of
Wait, does
source
Kathleen
material.
Kennedy own M. Night Shyamalan?
Oh, actually, no, wait, you're forgetting
sense.
one too. After Earth.
After Earth? Oh,
Another
crap.
great
Okay.
one.
That almost... Okay, so it's almost balanced then. But
And
still.
I don't know about his first few ones. I haven't seen them, but yeah.
I haven't seen them. You haven't seen them?
What? Science
right.
and...
Wide Awake and Praying with
I didn't
Anger.
mind
Okay. But you've seen Sixth Sense, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Seventh Sense is apparently going to be really good.
Yeah, I've seen like every one of his movies except
Yeah, I
for
haven't seen Sixth Sense. I want to watch the first 5.
I haven't seen The Visit, and I haven't seen Glass yet. I kind of don't want to ruin Split and Unbreakable by watching Glass.
It's not going to ruin it. It's just
Watching
don't...
Grass.
Grass.
You'd rather watch Grass grow.
Yeah.
It doesn't ruin it. It's just not as good as the sum of its parts should be.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
But it's still a
that's
good
not-
movie.
That's
And
not
I-
encouraging.
Yeah.
But
I enjoyed it.
anyways, so Tony Stark goes to meet the mother of the person who initially blew up, and she has a bunch of documents that she believes will prove that he's innocent, and he finds out that the mother was meant to meet someone else, and he has been like mistakenly walked into something. Right then, a woman arrives posing as a cop and handcuffs him because, yeah, she's going to just arrest him.
That's what you do.
And another cop is like, "Excuse me, are you a cop?" And
You gotta
she's
tell me
like,
if you're a cop.
"Yeah." She's like, "I'm a cop."
I'm an inventor.
Yeah, this is Matt Damon's cameo, right?
Yeah, Matt Damon.
Sorry,
no, Mark Wahlberg.
Wahlberg. Budget Matt Damon.
And she's like, "I'm
Okay,
a cop. We good here." And then she like punches a hole through his chest.
There's no problem there.
Yeah, there's no problem. Yeah, it's okay, bro.
You just gotta tell me if you're a cop.
It's okay, bro. You just if you're a cop, I'm a cop. We'll be cops together.
I'm a cop inventor.
Have you ever done a desk cop?
I invented cops. So she punches a hole through the real cop's chest, as you do.
Classic.
Yep.
Yeah, just classic hole punching thing. And Tony's like, no, I'm gonna leave.
I'm out.
So he like flees outside, and for some reason this scene really reminded me of Con Air, like the scrapyard scene where he runs into the diner and they explode the diner. There's just something about it. Like I was fully expecting
a weird comparison to that.
I know it's a really weird comparison, but it makes sense, right? Like because he goes into this diner and they're like following him in, and they end up like lighting the diner on fire, and he does the
microwave.
The whole MacGyver thing with the microwave and explodes all the gas and everything like that. And it just reminded me heaps of that. Like I was expecting, like this slow-mo sort of thing of him jumping out the door as it all explodes kind of thing. Have his hair like flowing behind him kind of thing.
Actually, thinking back about Marvel though, like they tend to not do any slow-mo unless it's a
joke,
like a hero moment.
Oh yeah, okay.
Like there's always like those like punch, and then like it's like that slow-mo of them like sending the lightning or doing cool stuff. But they don't really do
it's usually always a one shot of all of them.
All of them, together.
Yeah, it's the hero
like
shot
a
of
pose kind of shot.
Like in
it's in both Avengers films.
What's the second one called? Wrath of the Machines? Age of Ultron.
Day of the big baddie robot.
Day of Robot Man. But no, like you know how like they do that like really slow mo, but it's like a slow pivot as they're also doing something really cool, and then it ends on them.
Yeah.
But they don't really do it for like your classic like your 90s or your early 2000s. Like he jumps out of an exploding building.
No, there's nothing like that.
I never put that together.
No. There is a lot of walking away from explosions.
Plenty, but that's heroes. That's okay.
They have some of that in the beginning of Guardians 2, right? With Groot walking while it's sort of for comedic effect though, with everything going on in the background where the song's playing.
I don't think he doesn't explode. They're just trying to kill this thing.
Yeah, but it's all happening in the background. There's a few explosions.
I don't think any of it's in slow motion.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, he's just dancing while
I thought it was in slow motion.
There is a few like in the first Guardians where the whole collector's collection blows up, and then you got the like
collector's collection
jumping out, like jumping away from the explosion.
Yeah, right.
With Groot. Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, man, we are like, this is... I'm thinking real hard
we're
through
doing
the
everything
MCU
we can
history.
to not talk about this movie.
What up? We'll do like top 10 favourite slow-mo shots from the MCU.
Yeah, that'll be next week's episode.
This is becoming.
So Tony flees outside and into the nearby diner. Then he blows up the, I don't know, goon one.
Yep.
He overheats him.
Yeah. Overheats her. It's like she gets blown up and gets thrown up onto some cables.
Power
lines. Yeah.
And he doesn't
so she's dead.
kill this other dude. He just stops him.
He reveals his secret weapon right at the right moment and shoots him with like the blaster thing.
Yeah.
The bully deterrent.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then he's just knocked out basically, and he comes good later on. But they get out of there, and I don't know what happens next. This is pretty much where my notes end. Hey,
well, basically, like Mandarin comes in and Mandarin's killing some more people.
Yeah, he's doing stuff. Yeah,
Tony and Rhodes talk.
Yeah.
It's Rhodey. Remember Rhodey? Do you remember Rhodey?
Yeah.
Briefly?
You mean
the guy
Patriot?
who's best friends with Iron Man, who's just witnessed his potential death, his house exploding, and the Mandarin on the rise.
Yeah.
I don't know where he is, but he's having a great time not helping Tony.
Well,
he thinks he's dead though.
Yes, but also thought he was dead in the first one. I think Tony Stark makes a point when he calls him. He's like, last time he thought I was dead, you came looking for me.
Where are you, Rhodey?
Yeah, but apparently The
Well,
job.
he's played by a different actor now, so he's got
That's
different motives.
He was played by a
Different
different
motives.
actor in the last one.
Yeah, I know, but this time, like, he thinks he's dead, and he's like,
He's
well,
got,
you know,
different priorities this time
Terrence
around.
would come after you, but not Don. Not Don.
Yeah.
Don's staying at home.
He
Keep it
gives
cool.
basically, because the man was doing all this stuff, the president then orders Iron Patriot into the Middle East to do some damage, which he does, but then he finds out the information that he got was bogus.
Yeah.
And didn't he find out that it came from Killian?
Hey.
I think, no, because, like, part of his suit had
Comes
some
from
upgrades from Killian, right?
Right, and it sort of locks down.
Which is kind of weird, because it's like every person that has something to do with roads somehow is bad. Like, I mean, like, you look at, like, the second movie where they have Sam Rockwell's character.
You do kind of feel like
Justin Hammer is one of the best characters.
Oh, he is awesome.
He is
Iron Man 2 should have
Just 'cause
just
Sam
been about
Rockwell.
Justin Hammer.
And also,
get rid of Whip Guy.
Whip Guy.
that's the best thing about that All Hail the King short, is that they bring him back very briefly in the tail end, in the credits.
It is unfortunate that he hasn't been back in the MCU yet.
Yeah.
It is wasted.
Sam Rockwell is great.
And he kind of has the charisma to sort of go toe to toe with Tony. Like, look, he's a great character. I think I watched like a 2-hour video on like what someone would have done to make Iron Man 2 better. And I was like, okay, I'll buy it. Very interesting. Very interesting. Really cool. A lot more Justin Hammer. A lot less Ivan
Is
Vanko.
that why you like Iron Man 2 more? Because you watched a video that made it better?
No. I mean, there's plenty of videos about this one, don't worry. But that was just an interesting thought.
Very true.
You don't just watch movies on like how to make it better?
Oh,
Do you
yeah, for
guys
sure. I
think-
watched like one that was rewriting episode 9 and made it heaps better.
Was
Heaps
that
better.
Was it
brought to you
hosted by Colin Trevorrow?
Colin Trevorrow?
There we go.
Had someone else jump in for that one.
Hi, I'm Colin Trevorrow, and this is how I would have made Star Wars
No, he's got his alias. He's like, I'm Colin Trevorrow.
I'm Colin.
Yeah, Trevorrow.
I'm Colin Trevorrow.
Trevorrow.
I'm the Colin that didn't get fired from this movie, but this is my vision, okay?
He's got banned by some woman called Mathleen Medity.
So, what happens
Don't
next?
add
Okay.
What are we doing?
So Tony goes to a beauty pageant, and
As you do.
thankfully one of the camera
Yeah.
guys is a huge fan who lets him do whatever. He hacks into the AIM servers, the Advanced Idea Mechanics, which is Killian's company. Hacks into their servers, and then this is sort of where we get the exposition into what's actually happening. They're injecting people with extremists into injured war veterans who have like lost limbs and whatnot. The people who can't metabolize extremists explode.
I remember, sorry to interject, I remember watching this movie for the very first time and being so confused at this point with this really... I love the edit now, but initially when it happens, I was like, what the heck is going on? Because he goes from full-on mission mode, talking to Rhodey and getting the password and all that, suddenly cuts to a beauty pageant.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
I'm
such
sorry,
a weird
what?
cut.
I'm sorry,
like,
what?
You have
It's
the
like-
Stan Lee cameo as well.
Yeah. It's
yeah.
like, what do you like? What do you want? Like, what are your core values? Well, David. And then it cuts.
I want world
I was
peace.
like-
And I was like, I
It's such
was
a
actually
weird
confused
cut.
this time as well. I was like,
Yeah.
wait,
I forgot
what?
about it.
And of course, like, he drove past it and then he like turns around and goes back.
Yeah.
But yeah, it comes
cuts.
completely out of nowhere.
I absolutely love it. I think it's like it's one of those really weird jump cuts that's like, this doesn't make any sense, and
I
what
think
the heck's
it's
going on?
not
And
meant
it, like,
to though.
It
Like, I
does.
think
It's
that's
not
the
meant
point.
to. It's meant to like kind of like perk you up, wake you
Yeah.
up, get your senses. It's like, what? And then it cuts back to him outside with all the TV stations.
Yeah.
Like,
Makes sense.
but it's
That's
a
right.
very funny cut. I very much like it. Anyway,
Yeah.
moving on. Push on.
So yeah,
Wow,
basically
David.
they talk about, you learn what's going on, that all the veterans who can't metabolize extremists detonate, and that's kind of what has been happening. That's
Yeah.
why they haven't been able to find any like bomb casings and things like that, because it's people.
They are the bomb.
Yeah. They've been using all of these deaths to cover up, like, what?
Yeah. No,
They've been
no.
using
We're
the
just
videos, the Mandarin videos, to cover up
failed tests, basically.
Yeah.
So then we cut back to Rhodey, and this is where he gets captured. He goes to a sweatshop, but it's a trap. And he gets stolen. It's interesting. Here's a thought, because like this is a pretty severe problem, and then eventually they sort of get the president. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do we call the Avengers?
No, we don't. No.
Okay, not Captain America at least.
No.
No. Okay.
No. What I find really
it comes
interesting.
up as well.
So
it does. Like
it does.
You're the kids asking like, should we call the Avengers? No. They're not in this one. No.
Yeah. Contracts.
Yeah. Contracts.
So, at least they did that better for Spider-Man too. It's like, where's Thor? Off-world. So it's like, not here.
Yeah.
Should we
Iron Man,
maybe
he's
even
dead,
at least
man. Come on.
Should we even just give Shield a call? You know, like they are
Shield?
They are still a thing right now. They were chasing me up about the stupidest crap in the last movie.
Yeah, well, they're Hydra at this point, right? Like they're still
been Hydra for a while.
Oh, they've always been Hydra. They
Hydra.
haven't been caught out yet.
Yeah. So they're still Hydra.
So do the 10 rings have something to do with Hydra?
But it is.
Yeah, who cares? Anyway,
it is interesting that like the Turtle's like, we're very concerned about your drinking problem, Tony. There's like, president gone missing. Who gives a crap?
So what I find funny about this, like the whole Rhodes thing with the Iron Patriot, like they get him out of the suit eventually, but then they put the president in the suit.
In the suit.
I'm like, that doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. Let's give him
like
super mech armor.
Yeah, you're like literally putting him in the suit
that he can use to
get away.
He puts him in the suit and he does nothing. Rhodey gets him out of the suit. Rhodey hops in the suit. Suit works.
Yeah. What, like, is it coded to Rhodey's DNA?
Yeah, it is coded. It is coded to Rhodey.
Is it coded to Rhodey?
That is the thing that's... They say that in Iron Man 2.
But then how does it close up on the president? And how do they get to use it? Like one of the extremist guys uses it.
Holy crap, that's true. Because I was going to say, like, he isn't actually using any of the devices, but he is actually flying in it.
Yeah.
So he is
actually so like it. The president can fly, right? They didn't just say, unless there's a like, cutscene.
Yeah.
You should be able to fly out of there. You should be able to get out.
Because they're hacking it. They're hacking hacking the suit.
Okay,
and so they
obviously stopped the hack when Rhodey hopped in it.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Thank goodness.
I know, right? So
it's one of those 12-hour hacks.
They hack it. And,
I think they do upload his
hack.
Like they
put a patch in.
They put a patch in so that he can use it. But yeah, the president didn't click on the link, so he doesn't have access.
Yeah. So, anyway, they get Rhodes.
And then Tony uses the IP from a Mandarin broadcast.
And he tracks them
to Florida.
Yep.
Tony then makes a bunch of crap.
Tony makes some gadgets. He home alones it.
He does.
It's amazing.
He home alones it. Yeah.
And it's awesome. And this is the cave stuff that Jason was talking about.
Yeah, never mind.
Using only his brain to get out of
because like the kid is like, you're a mechanic, do mechanic things.
I'm a mechanic. I'm an inventor.
I'm an inventor.
I'm a mechanic.
So he's like fully like, I'm an inventor. I'm going to invent things. So he does that.
This is a cool scene. I do like it.
Does Mark Wahlberg even invent anything in that movie? Or
yes, he invents a way to turn Optimus Prime on.
It's just a battery.
It's got a battery.
I rubbed my feet on the carpet, then I touched him.
I invented
static electricity. Yeah, that's all.
I invented this new thing. It's called a starty jump.
Starty jump. It's called an uppy get. Patent pending.
Anyways, so he goes to Miami and he because he's followed the address and he goes to the mansion that the Mandarins.
Does he?
Look, I'm getting us back to where we're meant to be, right?
Yeah, no, please keep going.
We were sidetracked. It's just a mini recap. I'm sorry.
Okay, mini recap.
I stepped on your toes of where
Happy gets hit in an explosion and is in hospital.
So he started in 1999.
So this podcast was great while it lasted, but 100 episodes Yeah, okay. It was a thing.
We'll do
while
one
it
more and then
lasted.
we'll call it quits.
Maybe we won't.
No, we
Maybe we'll be back next week for
Sonic.
Sonic. Let's see. Like, yeah.
You've done the edit already.
Yep, right. Yep.
You're telling me about it. It was really funny.
Shh, we don't record them out of
Jason
order.
could be that bitter that he just does, like he withholds. He just doesn't release it.
Yeah,
it's ready to go, but
it'll be like the Snyder Cut, but like it won't be released.
We have like a super bold Patreon scheme where it's like a $50 tier to get the podcast.
You'll get the 101st, the lucrative 101st and final
episode. And the final episode of the show that was recorded out of order, so we didn't know it at the time.
Yeah, that's
that it was the last episode.
Yes.
It's kind of like we're cut mid-season.
Yeah. This was recorded purely by accident before the Spite came in.
They're in Miami.
He MacGyvers his way into the thing and he finds the Mandarin, except he's not the Mandarin, he's an actor. Good thing he's an actor, and thankfully he's not a notable one.
Named Trevor.
Maybe the people he acted with might recognize him, but that's fine.
But he's had plastic surgery.
Has he?
They explain it.
Yeah,
he's had plastic surgery,
Which is
and he's
also-
done a lot of things on the street for money.
that men should never do.
And,
I loved.
Yeah.
I get the annoyance. I get the annoyance behind this decision to turn the Mandarin into a fake out. I get why it's irritating and frustrating, and yeah, I felt it a little bit as well. But man, Ben Kingsley plays this so well.
Ben Kingsley
and
is
it's
great.
So
He does play that
hilarious.
character. He kind of just does he has like oh crap, what's his name from Love Actually? And he plays the rocker.
Oh, Bill Nye.
He kind of has like a Bill Nye.
He does have a
vibe
Bill
to
Nye.
him.
Yes,
he does.
it's like
Bill Nye crossed
they
with
knew
Jack
about
Sparrow.
the drug problem and they wanted to help me. It's like, get off the drugs. They gave me more.
Do you want a drink?
So
Take my boat.
I
So
understand
good.
why people are really annoyed too.
Yeah,
and-
I do
but
get it.
I lost it the first time I watched this, and he was revealed to be who he is, like just this pathetic sort of loser. It's fantastic. I thought it was great.
It is like, I definitely do, like, I really love a frig. What's it called?
You tell me.
One of my favorite thematic storytelling things.
Subversion?
Subversion, yes. I love subverting expectations. I love that in films to the point where, like, both of you disagree on different things. Like, you hate the thing in The Last Jedi, Jason. I love that. How,
And you would have loved episode 9.
I actually
completely subverts expectations.
Most of the time, 8 times out of 9, I like it.
Yeah,
I like
okay,
it.
fair enough.
But that 9th one,
you know what? Like, the ironic thing is about The Last Jedi is I was actually coming around to liking that movie.
Yeah.
And I was like holding out for episode 9 to really cement that was a good movie for me. And I was like, you know what? If episode 9 is a good movie and it adds to episode 8...
Just like what Last Jedi did with Force Awakens, if Rise of Skywalker runs with what happened in Last Jedi and takes it in bigger and better ways,
then it would have.
Nope.
Yeah.
I am in a denial a bit, but unfortunately,
But if we got Star Wars Episode 9 Duel of the Fates,
oh frig, yes,
Yeah, it would have been a better movie.
But you do, like, you guys are right. It does make it 9 does tarnish 8 a bit. And it sucks.
It's funny because I was growing to like episode 8. It took me a long time. And now I'm like, you know what? I could sort of just watch episode 8 and just pretend like episode 9 doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Like
when we did we did our Star Wars marathon on May the 4th, we did like a random mode. That's all we did. We put all 12 movies in a randomizer and
nice.
Churn them out.
Could have gone either way. The first 5 was sick. It was such a great pick.
Yeah.
What was it?
And then we got episode 9. And then we all decided, we hadn't decided this yet, but we're like, do we get one group veto? And we're like, yes. Spun it again. And we got 8. I was like, no, sorry, we got Rogue One. And then after Rogue One, we got 8. I'm like, this is fine. Yeah. I'm okay with this.
Cool.
Yeah.
Excellent. Cool. Yeah. So, sorry, you vetoed Rogue One or you vetoed 9?
No, we vetoed episode 9.
You vetoed 9 and then
sense.
you got Rogue One and 8. Yeah, so
we traded 9 for Rogue One, which is such a great trade.
Jace, I'm guessing it's still not like anywhere near your favorites list of Star Wars films?
What?
But eight.
Yeah.
Or is it? But I'm guessing it's
growing.
It's
it definitely
growing up
grows.
the list.
Is it in the top 6?
Well, we'll do a ranking one
It does
day.
sound like a different podcast. This
Yeah,
one.
that sounds like a whole different thing.
It sounds like 102.
Although,
if it ever
you know
happened.
what? So I've been debating the way that I show Star Wars to my son because I want him to experience it
We should
brand
swap,
new
we should swap notes on that.
Yeah,
because
I read a thing online where there's the Anakin version. So what you do, you watch A New Hope.
Yeah.
Then you go back and you watch The Phantom Menace. Then you watch Clone Wars. Then you watch Empire Strikes Back. Then you watch Revenge of the Sith. And then you watch Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
Because you follow the main the character of Anakin, and you get his whole story.
And so you're kind of getting flashbacks as new revelations of Vader happen.
Exactly. So it doesn't spoil the twist
Okay.
of Empire, and it still keeps Anakin as this good character because you go back to seeing him in Phantom Menace, and then you watch
it also doesn't ruin the Palpatine thing either.
No.
Because Palpatine isn't the Emperor's name until episode 6 from what I
not at
recall.
all. Yeah,
that's
he's
brilliant.
not even, he doesn't even appear till Empire. So it actually brings that all around, and then you're like, okay, I get that reveal in Empire, but then you go back and you go, oh, how did he get here? Kind of thing. Yeah. And then you get that redemption in Return of the Jedi because you're following the whole story arc through.
That ain't half bad.
Yeah. That's just that was something I read online, and I'm like, I think I'm gonna do it that way. Okay. But anyways, I digress.
It also means you are actually leaving the darker ones to later.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, much later.
So for a kid watching the Star Wars films, you can space it out and it works.
Yes.
I like that.
Yes, for sure.
That's cool. That's nice.
All right.
Thank you very much. I like that tangent.
Yeah, that's
thank you very
tangent.
much for humoring us, Paul. I appreciate it.
Yeah. You're like, just get on with it. Come on. Where are we? What happens?
They capture Tony.
They capture Tony. They have Pepper
everything
as well.
Good on him.
So they have Pepper, and
they have Pepper.
They
as
show
well.
a little presentation of what they're doing to Pepper, and she's she's being tortured. She's she's tied
assaulting
up.
Pepper.
Yeah, salt and pepper. She's getting injected with the extremist.
Yep.
Which is just like a regular visit to the goop lab kind of thing.
She's a chili pepper.
Oh, right. Yeah.
She's a what?
She's a hot pepper.
She's a hot pepper. Yeah, well, that's
she's
actually...
selling extremists for about $500 US.
Yeah. You can stream it online. She's...
It's been taken down. So it's been taken down.
I thought you were going to say the goop lab has been taken down. I was like, really?
What?
The goop lab.
The goop is in Gwyneth Paltrow's thing.
Her thing.
Holy crap! I hope that has happened.
Yeah. So Tony's strapped to a bed, and he's like, "I'm gonna get out. Let me summon the suit."
Yep.
Let me do some maths for you guys.
Yep.
That suit is on 22% power and is a prototype.
Yes.
It manages to travel 3,400 kilometers.
Yep.
From Tennessee to Florida. In what?
10
seconds?
It's movie time. It's
pretty quick.
Time. It is movie time.
Pretty bloody quick.
It's not like carrying anything. It doesn't have any load. It's because it's.
But they're individual pieces of flying figs that can travel 3,400
they're
kilometers.
not carrying Tony.
What are they powered by, Dean?
Oh,
they're powered by love and passion, and they're determined.
They're determination,
guys,
and that's how they get there.
Yep.
In that
he gets his suit, kills the guys, gets out.
They are the little bits that could
reunites with Rhodey.
You take it back, Paul.
Damn it!
Sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
You don't understand the magic of these films.
You don't realize that this is not a science or math podcast, so we're not going into that. They get there quickly.
Well,
they're good.
This was Homeward Bound, a Stark Technology story.
Yeah, they meet a bear along the way. It's like,
my grandma, what great teeth you have. So they keep going down this stupid rabbit hole. He tells Rhodey that they're going to go and get the president who's on Air Force One.
Yeah.
Iron Patriot goes up to Air Force One, kills everyone, takes the president, pieces out.
Yeah.
Really easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Oh, but no. They don't kill everyone. They kill everyone, and there's this really cool sequence where he like saves like a bunch of people by doing like the monkey barrel thing, and then there's a line straight after it where he's like, "Everyone's okay," and I'm like, "No, they're not. There's about 40 people still dead on the plane when it exploded."
Yeah,
kind of thing. But
do you know something funny about this scene?
Mm-hmm.
What?
You know how they shoot one of the windows out?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, all the windows on Air Force One are bulletproof.
Yeah, but they're big bullets.
Apparently not, Paul, because if that's actually accurate, then this wouldn't have happened. So
do
your research properly,
there.
Jeez.
Sorry, guys.
It's like a real thing. But
well played.
Did you know that they actually did like most of the stunt for real though? Like
in Air Force One.
In Air Force One, they blew up Air Force One. Had some guys jump out
actually kidnapped the president.
No, there's like a breakdown of the stunt men and women that like jump out of the plane. They did like the whole parachute sort of thing, but then they had them all on wires holding them over the top of the water, the bay, and then drop them all in at the end. Like it's a whole
it's a wire work thing.
Yeah, whole wire work, the way that they tied it together. It's actually done really well. But wow. Yeah, it's really cool.
Something has to be. So Rhodes tracks the president to a shipyard
You're an absolute
in
bastard,
Miami.
and I love it.
Yeah, and so Tony's way of getting the president free is to enact something that he probably should have enacted quite a long time ago. When, like when a missile is coming out of your house, but he activates the house party protocol.
Look, that missile was only going like fast enough for them to have a conversation about it.
They didn't even know if it was a problem or not. Okay,
in that time, the 542 armor was able to transfer owners twice.
Yeah,
and not once did he go, Jarvis, house party.
That's.
Sorry, go.
There's a lot of things happening.
A lot of things.
They're trying to say the president. It's a stressful situation. He's having a panic attack.
You don't know how bad it is for him in that moment. He was very stressed.
Who do you think you are?
How would you like it if you had a missile shot at your house?
Yeah,
you wouldn't like it.
I wouldn't like it.
I'd like to see you try and decide whether it's a problem or not in a split-second decision. I need to sit down and have meetings about it. Guys, right.
If only I had like 8 PhDs.
This missile, is that a problem? Let's brainstorm this. Let's go.
Crap on a cracker.
Let's get our house security in on this. Hey, like we're in lockdown. Let's see if it's a problem.
Guys, no rush. Just want to lay something on you. There's this missile just coming at us. Is that a problem?
Do you see? No, it's just there.
Yeah, it's coming.
Just right there. Just if you can think about it, send us an email when you decide.
Just whenever you're ready.
At your convenience.
Guys, new tier on Patreon, $100. We'll name the missile.
We'll finally decide whether it's a problem or not.
We'll decide if it's a problem or not. Sound like NASA.
Yeah. We've got a poll going on Facebook right now. Is it a problem?
Is it a problem? Where is it aimed? It's aimed at the house.
Should we put 9 or 10 days on that poll?
Look, I mean...
You know what? We should have some caution, so let's have 9.
9. So
10 might just leave it just that little bit too long.
So they're at a shipyard, and there's a whole heap of containers and everything like that, and they've got
shipyard.
The president. He's like rigged up in the Iron
chained in the Iron Patriot suit after he flew there.
Yeah.
He's chained
and
together.
He's just hanging out.
Rhodes and
what
Tony.
is the logistics of getting that rigging up?
Who cares? Who cares at this point?
We have done too many tangents.
It's such a low effort hostage situation.
Iron Man 2, they have a guy with like electronic whips walks out in the middle of the Formula One. Like,
yes.
It's
gets
IndyCar,
past like a whole heap of security, just walks out there. Like it's
he
just
poses as one of the track workers, but okay, carry on.
No. Doesn't matter.
He did. Sorry.
Doesn't matter.
That's less plausible than the president in a fully functioning suit, slightly chained between
that's
two
completely
cranes.
believable. Come on, man. Come on.
Sorry.
How do you think they got him
Sorry.
up there? They flew him up there. He flew
They were
himself
like, Mr. President, can you hold it for a second? We need to get the chains. Billy, get the chains.
No, Mr. President, don't fly away. Don't fly to safety. Mr. President, come back.
Mr. President, catch the chain. Catch the chain.
None of these suited armored hostages ever they just don't get it.
That's the 10th one this week.
It's like they just want to resist.
Why do they fly off?
They think they have all the freedom.
We need to put a roof on them.
Next time, in the container. We'll put them in the container, and it'll work out. They'll just fly around in the circle.
How is the container flying away?
So,
all right.
Okay.
So house party protocol gets enabled. All of his robots rock up because they can do that forever.
That's what they can do.
House party.
That's what they can do.
Yep.
House party.
Rhodes saves the president. And suddenly his armor works.
I think the house party protocol goes off location as well. Like, it's only able to be enacted if they have a kick-ass killer end scene location.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
That's how that...
Totally.
Yeah, they're not going to get sent out to, like, a stupid, crappy, Yeah,
it's got to be a shipyard somewhere.
Yeah, so, not even a mansion in Miami or wherever they are. Like, that doesn't cut it. It needs to be...
Pepper dies too.
Pepper dies.
Yeah, Pepper dies. She lives and then she dies.
Done.
Yeah.
Never coming back.
She's never come back, which is actually pretty. Like when I first watched this movie and she falls down into the flames and he's reaching out. He's like, "I'll get you" or whatever. I thought that was really well paced, and I even now watching it, I'm like, it's perfectly paced.
It's still well done.
Where you can go, that's horrible. She's dead.
It's up there with Amazing Spider-Man.
Yes.
2.
Yes.
Or he fires the web to go and get Gwen.
And he just misses. Yeah.
And he just misses.
Timing
really
is perfect.
Good.
It's not quite slow-mo enough for me, but I feel like
there is a tiny bit of slow-mo in that, isn't
a tiny bit of slow-mo, but it should have been more. It's not like a
and she wasn't,
Die Hard kind of.
She wasn't flying away from it too. She was going into the flames.
She's going the wrong way.
Yeah,
that's how you know she died.
Yeah,
because she didn't peace out to Tennessee.
You're meant to fall up.
Yeah, you're meant to fall up. Yeah,
fall up.
Yeah, away from the flames.
Swim.
That's where Marvel gets it wrong. See, they you want people coming out of the flames, not into the flames.
Yeah, if she was a white, it's because she
I just play it in reverse. That's all I do.
If she was a white man, she'd fall up. That's how it works in Hollywood.
So Tony's angry. He then jumps through a ton of different suits to fight Aldrich, and then he traps him in the Mark 42 suit.
He does. Yep.
And then the suit explodes. Boom. You're like, wow, that's a really cool way to kill a guy.
Yep.
But he's made of fire.
He is.
So he doesn't die from fire.
No.
So he walks out of the explosion. Pretty cool.
Yep.
And you're like, how the heck is Iron Man going to beat him if his Iron Man suits don't do anything?
Also, he would have caught Pepper. That is it.
Yeah, he does say that. He said, I would have caught her. Yeah.
I would have caught her because I'm made of fire.
Yeah.
What a sticky thing to say.
Fire beats metal. That's what he's like.
Fire's attracted to fire, man.
Yeah.
But good thing, the only way to kill this guy is with fire because Pepper isn't dead. She shows back up and she's got fire.
Yeah.
And kills him. Somehow
with fire, yep.
With fire.
Oh, hang on a second. Sorry, let me just go back to one other thing because there's completely left.
Yep.
He breathes fire.
Yes, he does.
He breathed fire and cuts the stairway off from Rhodey.
Yes.
And yet he never breathes fire again. But breathing fire is pretty cool.
No.
Breathe some fire.
It's a hard skill. You only do it when you want to impress people. Come on.
Look,
just give him.
It's got a long wind up.
It's one of those things.
He's got to charge his batteries. He's only on 22% when he breathes fire for the first time.
That's
that's all it is.
That's his house party.
He can breathe
protocol.
fire from Tennessee to Florida,
and he can only use it in special occasions.
Yeah, exactly. Special occasions.
You got me there.
It's his party trick.
Anyway. Yeah, Pepper shows back up and kills him.
Yep.
And then this is the worst part of this movie.
Is it really?
This is pure.
Is it the worst
This
part?
is subhuman trash.
What?
Okay, what is it?
Tony asks Jarvis to do the clean slate protocol, which blows all the suits up, and then he proceeds to have an operation to get the shrapnel out of his chest.
Yeah.
Here's a question. If he can have an operation to get the shrapnel out of his chest, why does he wait 2 movies to do it?
Why does he... Yes. That is actually...
Because
a very...
His magnets?
Especially because like the second one is all about how he needs that thing there
He's
to
gonna
live,
die.
and it's killing him. And
There's
you'd
two
think,
movies.
Hang on,
Yeah,
and they've
it's probably
already
enough.
figured out.
Yeah.
They've already figured out how to make Rhodey's suit work.
Yep. And also, yes. And also, like, you'd think if there was an option to get that thing out of him, it would have happened in number 2 when it was killing him.
You'd think so. You sure would think it.
But hey.
You know what? I feel like you're really just picking apart this movie. So I don't
Yes.
know whether I like that.
Oh, and then
But
he
yeah,
throws
you're
it in
right.
the
It's
ocean.
stupid.
It's
It's really
stupid. It
dumb.
is-
Like
yeah.
I actually hate the like clean slate protocol, the whole exploding things, and like he's going to be back in the next movie. Like it's so
Also,
It is
he has the
stupid.
Igor suit, the big stocky suit.
Yes.
It's holding up a tower that's about to collapse
It's
on
still,
them.
Still,
He
still
blows
holding
up all the suits.
Oh.
That tower should have fallen.
Whoops.
Like the final scene is them just like dying, and he's like, "Is there one more suit left?"
And they enable clean slate protocol. Boom, 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 boom.
I just feel like Jarvis would have picked up on that. It's like,
Yeah.
clean slate protocol. Hey, Tony. Hey. Let's think about it.
And he's like,
Hang on a
"No,
second.
clean slate. I said clean slate.
I said clean slate.
Did I stutter? Okay,
your
I'm
funeral?
just going to back up. I'm going to back myself up real quick. Did you just save? Why did you just save? Anyway, he throws his heart into the ocean. Titanic. He gives the kid a cool workshop. Great.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, there's a post-credit scene where he was actually just telling the story.
I forgot to watch the post-credit scene.
Yeah,
He
'cause
was
it's like-
telling the story to Bruce Banner, and then Bruce wakes up, and you're like, oh, okay.
He doesn't have the
Because
temperament.
it's got a lot of voiceover, which we didn't previously have in the last movies, and
Mainly
and
because
it kind
it
of
is
justifies the
It wasn't
voiceover.
in 1999.
And you kind of like,
now.
when it starts, you're thinking, oh, okay, I see Shane Black's bringing all his gimmicks in.
You're probably wondering how I got here.
Well, it starts in 1999, and let me tell you how time works.
It's the 2000.
Great year. Some of the best things have started in 1992.
Wait, what?
This guy.
We're talking about 99 going to 2000.
Yeah, but Dean said 2.
I said
Dean said
1999. And 2000.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah. every time we say the 90s, you're like 92. Yeah, 92.
Great year.
Oh,
Great year,
92.
great year,
They're going to mention
The best
92
year.
one
Yeah,
year,
92.
one time. They're going to, it's
92.
coming up.
Yep.
Stuff
If
those guys
anyone's
from 93.
wondering, like, or caring how old Paul is, he was born in 92. Work
There
it
you
out.
go.
Yeah.
Yep. Jason was born
Yep.
in the 60s.
I was 90 and Jason was, I want to say 56.
Too easy. Low hanging fruit.
Yeah. I was actually born in the 20s, but you know. Yeah.
20s.
Yeah,
Cool.
I'm looking pretty good for my age.
That's great.
No, he means he was born in his 20s.
So-
He came out and was like, Mom, why? Do I have to get out?
She's like, I'm sick of
hands
you.
are all-
I'm sick of you being here.
My hands are all pruny.
I cannot be pregnant for 19 years. It's
20-year
ridiculous.
pregnancy.
Get out of me.
So, yeah.
Can you bring in another pizza?
Play Metallica again.
So
Can you bring it-
that's the end of this movie. Where does the land fit? We know it's 2.5 birds for
Yeah,
or-
2.5
yeah.
for me. Dean?
Dean, where? How many birds?
I'm gonna. This is another one. 3.5 birds for me.
3.5.
It's
yeah.
fun.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Have a lot.
It's fun.
Wow.
It's good. It's not like Iron Man 1 is probably up 4.5. So it's like a good bird or distance apart from that.
Yeah, fair enough.
I put this one on the same level as Iron Man 2.
Yeah, right.
I stay completely neutral in this argument, so shut the hell up, both of you.
Nice.
They're both okay sequels and still nowhere near as good as, and we can all agree they're nowhere near as good as the first one.
Yeah.
Which is, that's
Yeah.
But what
just-
about the text you sent me that said, hey man, look, I'm going to act neutral for this podcast, but I'm on your side?
He sent
Mate,
that text to me actually as well. That's weird
Did he?
that he sent it to both of us.
Well, it's because he's neutral.
Yeah, neutral.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you played us both, Paul.
I also I didn't even, but I just copied pasted. I just said, "Oh, hey mate." I didn't actually mention your names. Yeah. It's way easier.
It just said, "Dear Sir / Madam,
to whom it may concern."
I'm going to be completely neutral in this upcoming pod.
I'd just like to let you know that I agree with you and not the other one.
I intend to rate the movie that you like 3.5, and the other one 3. Yours sincerely,
whatever I say on air, please know,
Dean Maleficent Russell.
So, yeah,
Jason, what are you giving it?
I actually give it 3.
Wow, I can't give this more than you.
Wow, way to remain neutral, Dean.
Shit.
Actually, like after I watched, like
you've earned him.
I know, like yeah. So you actually like this movie more than me.
I'm a 3's the best, and you both suck.
Loser, Dean.
And you both wrong.
You suck, Doc.
So the thing about this movie is, like, when it first came out, I absolutely loved this movie.
Yeah.
But as time progresses, and the more
it did a reverse Last Jedi on you.
Yeah, I went back and watched Iron Man 2 again, and I was like,
yeah,
you know what? I get why Paul likes this more.
No, Jason.
I just like watching Iron Man be Iron Man.
I get that. I don't think. I actually think they're on par. To be honest,
Jason,
they're about the same.
Are you doing for 100th episode? You're doing Clean Slate Protocol.
I'm doing Clean Slate Protocol.
We're gonna put this argument at bay and find something else to fight about.
He's gonna blow up, but really slowly.
Yeah. So yeah, that's our fights, I suppose, concluded for 100 episodes.
We're gonna find something else.
I don't know if I won or not. I'm confused.
You didn't really.
It's like
win.
the ending of the ending of Les Mis, and you're like, is this happening?
Who died? Who lived? Did I die?
Are we excited about this movie?
Was that breaking neck killing sound effect meant to be funny?
Yeah. Was that meant to be funny when Russell Crowe died? Like, it was meant to be sad, right? Oh man, I laughed too much in that movie when he face plants. Like,
that's just bad use of a sound effect.
Russell Crowe.
Yeah, Russell Crowe. They could have just cut it.
Like a Mortal Kombat sound effect.
Yeah, and
obviously, like, it makes sense for his character because he was so off pitch the whole movie. His death sound effect needed to be as well.
His death was off pitch too. So yeah, anyways, that brings us to the end of this week's episode, our 100th episode. If you like the show and you want to support the show, you can visit our Patreon at patreon.com/nerdsbeforebirds. You can contribute any amount starting at $1 a month, and that will just help us to keep the lights on. Otherwise...
Also, happy birthday to Jason. It's amazing that we timed the 100th episode with his 100th birthday.
Yeah, my 100th birthday. Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's crazy. Yeah, 2020. 2020. 1920 to 2020. Thank you for picking up on that.
You're welcome.
And yeah, it happened to... I'm just excited to be here, really.
His birthday isn't year long. Wow.
Wow. So yeah, you can support us from $1 a month. It helps us to just keep the lights on, and you'll get early episodes. Hopefully this one will be early. I don't know how early this one will be because we've just been a little bit delayed.
Is this the longest one we've done?
This might be the longest episode.
It's over 2 hours already.
Yes, this is the longest episode as well.
We did it.
100 episodes, 2 hours.
2 hours. Oh my God.
We cracked it.
Well, it depends. How many jokes are we going to cut in this?
At least 3 so far. So hang on, let's just talk for a little bit longer.
But anyways, that brings us to the end of this week's episode. Hope you enjoyed the show. Visit us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Nerds Before Birds on all of those except for Twitter, where we're Nerds Before Birds singular. That's a bye from me.
I'm just going to leave with one thing. My mum, turns out she does love me.
Aww.
Hi guys, congratulations on your 100th episode. Well done. Keep up the good work.
Thanks, Mum.
That's your wife. See you guys. Have a great week. Bye.
Bye.